hit this button. And there we are. We are good to go. All right. So, feels like it's been forever, but obviously last time you guys had made yourselves to St. Means Reach, successfully, well, without too much difficulty, talked around the Grand Marshal in assisting you. He seemed to be very loyal and committed to at least memories and allegiances from the old empire, and at least the idea of that the old empire represented, and the independence of Ponykind, basically. So you were able to gain access to his substantial military force. Even though it's going to take some time to move it to the city, him and a contingency of his military command are going to come back with you to Villager Town and basically set up a command post, as well as bring a more fully trained military personnel ready to try and actually push things a little bit more in a favourable direction for you guys. And there was those sort of preparations and everything going forward. And, we left it where you had some downtime to do a little bit before you guys set off on sail again. And this time we obviously have Lightning with us, who can do a little bit of catch up with what they wish to do. So, Lightning.
Yes.
Because you missed some stuff, you will probably wanted to grab hold of Grand Marshal Flora's Thunder to have a word about certain things.
Yes. So what is this like? Because
he is an earthbound pony. he's definitely aged, but he he walks around at least with a sidearm on his person, but he's not wearing armor. He also is normally accompanied by an Antean bodyguard.
Mm-hmm.
He seems very military heavy and focused, and again, there's a clear sense of like loyalty to maybe to the old empire, maybe to the idea of what it represented.
Hmm.
He did seem to not like the fact that everything kind of has gone the way it has gone.
Oh. Then, yeah, okay. I know what I'm going to do here. Lightning will go up to Marshall. Marshall Thunder. Excuse me, Marshall.
It would take a little bit to set up a meeting with him, but you would be able to get a meeting sorted out, and he will meet you again in the war room if you wish to speak to him. You would have to go through one of his aides and stuff like that, but there is and you'll be able to be accompanied with whoever of the party you wish. But there's a bit of flair. He would show up as well as his bodyguard, as well as one of his other advisors.
Lightning will bring along with her pen bearing the belt to Alexander, right? Hmm? Could you come to a meeting with me, then?
Wishful Pen is more than happy to come along and witness such a meeting and the potential ramifications of what might happen.
Potential ramifications? What? Ah!
Wow.
Alexander will be glad to work as your bodyguard.
No, Thistle will come too. He's interested in seeing the message you bring.
Nightshine has already expressed his wishes to not be involved with Lightning's quest.
I want to watch.
Bird is gonna go as well.
Sorry, Night.
This is a pity.
Hmm?
You got the whole gang watching.
Everyone just has popcorn, like.
No pressure.
Wow.
Sorry, Night. This is a meeting, and you already expressed your wishes not to get involved with it.
Oh, by the way, I almost forgot. What the buck is up, every pony? Welcome back.
I'll drink the beer.
I think my one fan would be upset if I didn't say that at the start of this stream.
Can't upset those fans.
Oh, right. I need to post the link in Everglow.
I guess we need to bring along some extra gas for this dumpster fire, just in case we decide to add more to it.
No, Lightning's going to be fantastic. I believe
I am allowing that.
Yeah.
But yes, once everyone has gathered in the in what they call the sort of war room, which has a localized, it has like a large map in there. What looks like it has movable scenery, and there's small sort of soldiers on there as well, which sort of represent troops. And once they all have entered in, Grand Marshal Thunder will look towards you and go, yes, Miss Lightning, you wish to meet with me and discuss something?
Yes, actually. Am I to be correct in assuming that you don't like the divisiveness going on across the country?
Well, what happened is way past my pay grade, but it certainly hasn't helped things. Well, I'm sure the human army you've called for us to help you with is a clear sign of this. Oh, and on that note, I'm just going to quickly grab pizza.
Yeah.
Pizza's good.
Alright guys, help me figure out what to say properly so I don't piss him off.
Lots of talk about the glory of battle and how the Empire will rise and how they will be at the helm of its victory.
Okay, I'll bring some plates.
We will burn the heretics.
We will burn the heritage of the state.
Do I hear
Even my empire will burn.
Heresy? Heresy? Heresy! Come on, baby.
Maybe if I was so chaotic evil.
heresy? Heretics!
Hail the Empress.
They're all killing one another here. There, I guess it's time to just destroy the fire.
Hellfire!
Alright, I am back.
Hey, nothing up.
Alright. Hold on. I'll remove cat. Come over me, Mary. While that's sorted out. Alright. So, as you were saying, Lightning.
Yes. Well. I was actually thinking, what if we reunited the Empire? After we drive them back, the humans. A victory like that would be a perfect opportunity to establish it right back up again.
There's a long pause as you can clearly see he's definitely taking in those words very carefully. But
rebuild what was once lost.
But after a moment, he then goes, "It would be a a pivotal point that could cause such a thing to start to occur, but we can't have some willy-nilly person going around trying to grab themselves power."
That's why I've been doing my best to sort of cement myself, as it were, in the public eye, along with the rest of us.
And what do you stand for?
Me?
Well, what you stand for and the way you present yourself is probably the most important thing here.
I stand for unity. I'm bringing back what was lost when Iliana fell. Now, I believe in a few things, really. We've neglected use of the Ruin technology, really. I do think we would stand to benefit if we were to focus on reclaiming that technology for ourselves. We've been exploring a bit, and we found quite some interesting things in those ruins, along with the dangers, of course. But from what I've found and what I've theorized from it, we could boost the technological power by potentially years ahead of anyone else. Of course, that would be hard without the proper resources, something an empire would definitely be able to attain. For the betterment of everyone.
It'd be difficult to gain followers with the promise of treasure hunting.
It's not treasure hunting. It could change the very land we stand on.
That won't change much now. I think you still have much to learn when it comes about being a leader. It does not matter what you can dig out of the ground or what you can find, but it matters. It matters that people will follow you, and they will follow you to the ends of the earth, no matter what happens. All what you will get with promises of digging up stuff from the ground are those who wish to line their pockets.
That is true. She rubs her snout a bit. You're right, I am a bit new to all of this. Which is why I also asked for assistance from everyone around here a lot. I'm not going to be one of those rulers who neglect everything and rule by myself. I'd rather have a circle. I find the opinions of others to be quite invaluable. And I would definitely welcome one such as your own. Used to be with Liliana.
Well, the first thing you must do, inspire people. If you can't inspire people, then you're doomed to fail. I'm not asking you to prove yourself now, but there will be opportunities. If you do not seize them when they come to you, then you probably lack many qualities that a leader is required.
And I will be vigilant for those opportunities.
I will not stand in the way of what you're attempting to do, unless it impacts the safety of my troops, or the safety of the city we're going to protect.
Yeah. I would welcome the advice and guidance, whatever, if you were to deem it necessary to impart it.
All I can tell you at this point is you need to win the hearts and minds of the people.
Yeah.
Win that, and it doesn't matter what others think. You will have a following behind you that will be difficult to stop, unless they remove you directly.
I don't intend to get assassinated, so...
No one intends to.
Right. I think I might have an idea.
Was your meeting here today just to tell me of your intentions?
I would also like to ask you, what do you think the best tactic would be to deal with them, with the humans?
Till I get there and survey the situation, I will not be 100% sure.
Understand.
But the city has strong walls. And our best opportunity, or our best option, would potentially be to hold out for as long as possible. If we can hold the siege until winter, hopefully they don't have the supplies to outlast us. But it may prove difficult.
There's also another issue.
What's that?
Lightning will...
I think...
Oh?
Has he been told... Because I'm guessing you're about to tell him about the whole demon stuff?
Yes.
Did you guys already mention about that?
I think we did.
Yeah, when we first met him, we brought it up, and he just shrugged it off and said, well, that's the nature of things.
Yeah. If you're on about your other situation, we can only deal with one problem at a time, and it seems your humans are more important than your demons.
And we also let him know that the druids are actively pursuing to stop the demon.
Mm.
Would you be willing to assist after the situation with the human army is dealt with?
It depends on the nature of the assistance, but it is unlikely
Killing?
that we'll be able to put troops towards your situation. As winning a war is one thing, the clean-up afterwards is more messy.
Right.
There's wounded to deal with, the damage, clean-up, seen to rebuilding infrastructure.
Ah, I almost forgot about the food.
Food?
Villager Town is... I won't lie, Villager Town is a little bit messed up on the food situation. Crops have been dying. A lot of them.
Mm. Things have not been well here, and the city's already on rations.
And another member of the council in Villager Town is hoarding the food.
How long have they been hoarding
That's
it
a lot.
for?
They've been hiding it away.
How much?
All of it.
In the city?
I'm not sure.
Well, if they've hid it in
I
the
don't know
city,
exactly where the food store is, where she's keeping it, but I know she's hiding it.
if it's in the city, that may be to our advantage then,
Yeah.
as that will give us more resources to outlast the humans, as well as keeping the peasants' morale up. As there's one quick way to lose your war is to have your troops fight you on the inside.
Her name is Duchess Lilypad. Keep a close eye on her.
Not a name I'm familiar with, but I suppose a lot has changed since I've last visited that city, or heard news of it.
Yeah.
But as far as I'm aware, it's no longer being ruled by the fat blob that took over.
Mm.
Anyway, if there's something we can do with the demon invasion afterwards, then we'll take that in our stride. But until we find out what happens afterwards, then there's no point promising things until we know more.
Yeah.
Senator's gonna nod and go one problem at a time.
And thank you for the advice on being a ruler.
I used to once give the Queen a valuable advice on military matters, so I may not know too much, but I at least know a thing or two.
I would welcome you into my circle if you wish to ever join, if I get it taken off.
It is likely this will probably be my last major endeavour. As you can tell, I'm getting a little bit old for these sort of things.
Well, you're never too young to fight, or never too old to fight.
I would disagree with that. As at this point, I'm probably more likely to get myself injured than my enemy. But I can certainly instruct others how to harm the enemy better than I can do it myself. But
Gee, man. Well, I could always use a general.
that's what I plan to be there for. I suggest you dwell on things and how you want to go about to inspire people. But for now, there is plenty more that we must finish preparing for our departure. If you need anything else, I'm sure it can wait until we are en route to your city.
Yeah. Thank you for the meeting.
Good day to you, Miss Lightning. Unless anyone else wants to say anything, he is going to go. Wait, off.
Lightning, do you still intend to address the troops that are coming with us?
Oh yes. May I address the troops?
In regards to what?
The upcoming battle.
He gives you an odd look. I mean, if you want to be present for when I address them, sure. But if you want to address them in any way, I do ask, what do you plan to say?
Well, I was thinking about... She's got a bit of a thinking look on her face. She's considering a lot of things in her head at the moment. Well, what do you plan to tell them? So that I don't step on your hooves and make an idiot of myself.
Well, I plan to tell them that the day they've finally been training for has finally arrived, and that they are going to face a foe that poses a threat to ponykind, and they're the only ones what will stand between victory and defeat. There'll be a lot more colourful language in between that, but that will be the gist of it, as well as a few bits of information about setting out and what have you.
Then, how about I give a speech of what would happen after victory, potential rebuilding of the Empire, setting events. The fact that they would be responsible for setting events in motion, and they would be recognized as such. If they wish to... If they wish to be part of such a rebuilding.
If you can,
Once the fighting was over and everything had calmed down.
if you can convince me that you will be suitable for such a thing, then you won't need to give a speech to earn favour. They will follow.
Alright. I would still like to be present then, regardless.
Certainly.
At least getting myself seen would be enough. If they know my name, at the very least. I don't want to be just some nobody who comes out of the shadows to claim the throne.
He laughs at that. Well, that's exactly how the Queen Iliana rose up. She was a nobody who slowly rose.
Wait, really?
She was no different to... Well, if I recall, she was nothing but a simple merchant family daughter before she started to gain influence. So you'd be surprised where somebody could rise from. It takes the right... takes the person at the right moment with the right kind of attitude to achieve what she achieved. You're at a point where you could very likely achieve it. But your actions from this point forth will reflect heavily upon that.
Right. Tell me, has there ever been a... She closes her eyes and she gets a bit of a nervous breath. Has there ever been a doppelganger queen? Or queen?
Well, there's only been one queen, so... And I'm quite certain she wasn't a doppelganger, but...
What was her attitude towards them?
She welcomed them into her court, as she knew full well if she did not, that Kara would send her spies to infiltrate them anyway. So it was better to welcome them openly rather than them being in the shadows. How others would foresee that is a different matter, but that is how she treated it, and I believe she at least had their respect for things, but she always knew to make sure she knew who was the doppelgangers and who were not at any given moment.
Of course.
So they would at least know who was still in charge.
Right. Lightning just sort of looks awkwardly at everyone else. While in your head, oh fuck, I need to get Kara to forgive me.
You need to get what, sorry?
To get Kara to forgive me.
Oh.
Oh shit, I fucked up.
You done fucked up.
Alright, time to work on getting Kara's forgiveness. Woo! Right, thank you for that. I will take all of that information to heart and I will definitely reflect on it. I will look for my opportunities to inspire people where they come and I will pounce on them like a leopard.
Well, if we're going into a war zone, there's and a siege on the city, that's probably going to be your strongest moments to shine.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Just make sure, all I can tell you is to make sure you're there at every moment that you need to be there and you are seen being there.
Yes.
There's not much more I can probably tell you at this point, not until we arrive on the scene and I get a better sense of what we're dealing with. But you have Steele on the ship. I'm sure he can offer you some additional words, as he was very much he was very much the Queen's right hoof, left hoof. I'm not exactly sure which side he stood on. But I'm sure he can offer other words.
Right. I think I should be going. I need to think about things.
Understood. Dismissed. You get the sense that he said that probably more out of reflex than anything.
He nods and gives a bit of a mock salute before walking.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
And as soon as she gets out, she gives out a heavy breath and be like, I need to get Kara to fucking forgive me. I don't want to deal with doppelganger spies.
Well, donations to temples might help.
Donations? I pissed her off. Personally.
What'd you do?
Duck.
Quack.
Yes.
I'm going to go do rituals to Kara right fucking now. She begins to walk off towards the ship.
As you walk off, Milk Thistle says, "You could always convert to a more amicable god."
Yes, but I don't want to deal with the doppelganger spies that she will inevitably send. I didn't think of that.
Well, you haven't been spied so far, and no assassins have been after you.
No, but I sure did do a shit job making her forgive me. It probably pissed her off even more. I did one ritual. I need to go talk to the Kara priest and go to town when we get back.
Yes, I believe that Milk Thistle is gonna introduce me to, who was it that you said? What's his name? Night Vision?
Midnight Vision.
Alright, looking forward to that. What? Okay, I'm in a game though.
Alright.
Oh.
So, obviously you guys got a few days before you're going to start shipping out. Yeah, carry
Is there a temple?
on. The city itself doesn't have like any large temples to any one particular deity. They do have sort of more small shrines set up for those who want to pay homage to any particular deity, and there are some.
Is there a shrine to Kara?
Let me think. No, it is you only you're only really seeing the four main deities: Nightmare, Moon Princess, Sun Queen, and Blaze. Those are the very prominent ones. You would probably have to inquire and ask if there is anything to Kara.
She will ask if there is anything to Kara. Do any priests around?
So there is a few priests in the military force. I did give them I used the correct term last time around. I'm trying to remember what they would be called. No.
Well, here's a question.
Yeah.
Did we ever find out how long it takes to retrain a archetype?
Oh,
Or if that's even possible? Like,
I can't remember off the top of my head. I think we did look it up, but I think it's a lot involved because it depends on how much you're changing. Depends on how long it takes. So the more things you change, the longer it will take. But we will have to re-look that up. So poke me after the game. But yeah. You can find one of the clerics to ask him that question.
She will do so.
They will say, we don't... There is nowhere actively that we do have. At least there's no clerics of Kara here. But...
Active?
But we do operate a small contingencies of spies or information gatherers that at least pay homage to Kara.
Well, if you meet any, tell them that Lightning Streak would like to give a donation to Kara and maybe do some stuff for that.
He gives you a bit of a frown. I'm afraid it's not those sort of churches.
Right.
If you want to give a donation, you'll probably need to go to a more religious building. As if you give a donation to anyone who might follow Kara, you'll probably be giving them money more than giving it to the church.
Right, okay. Yeah. Yeah. You're right there. She sort of rubs her head awkwardly. Man, I am just in a bit of a tizzy this week.
I'm afraid the St. Moon's Reach is not a hotbed of religious foreign. It is a military post.
Understandable.
But there is clerics that, if you require divine spellcasting, there are other clerics that can satisfy your need if required.
I would like to give a donation of 1 gold to all the 4 gods here as well.
If you wish to make a donation, then we would suggest that you
Yes.
donate, head towards the exchange and donate any tokens that you might have.
Oh, so?
Well, that would be more beneficial to the city.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because of fiat currency here.
Yeah. I still need to get my remaining 20 tokens changed back into gold.
Lightning will head off then, a little bit confused. Oh, this is weird. I feel like I haven't been here for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Basically, this city left kind of the normal stage of things, and they kind of changed to a currency that better worked for them. It worked on a more sort of like token system. So, as they probably didn't have a mass of wealth here, so you worked in the military, you got so many tokens. You worked somewhere else, you got X amount of tokens, and all the idea is all the basic necessities are provided for you, and your tokens are used for extra stuff. So you wouldn't get necessarily a lot of tokens, but you would be able to use them for extra things like buying alcohol or stuff like that.
But,
Okay, so it's basically a legion type of thing.
Yeah.
Lightning would also try and find the insect-filled place that's in a private area, like a park or something. Or is there like anything?
Because most things are confined within this in the walls and stuff, it is difficult to find what you would consider a private area, but there will be like a small park/garden that you can at least have a few peaceful moments. If you want somewhere just to sit and be alone, they do have in the Citadel. They do have some more private shrines that you can sit at. They are more towards one of the 4 deities I mentioned, but they're at least a private room that you can sit at that have an altar. And they can move the iconography of whichever deity's there, so you can do what you need to do.
Yeah, she's gonna say she'd like to do a ritual for Kara instead of the 4 main gods, and just see if she can get a private room or something.
Yeah, they'll be able to sort of a shrine, and they will move the sort of small like holy symbols and other iconography of the say the Sun Queen, so that you can have a time and stuff. So basically, you're left with a bare altar by the end of it. There are still some things that can't be moved, like small indications in stained glass. But that's really about it. But it's not something really overly fancy. It's just something very simple.
Yeah, and lightning will like slap flat down on the Kara altar, and then just plop herself down naked on the ground and try to do the ritual that she did last time. It was the one with the bugs.
Yes, I'm trying to remember exactly what you had to do for that one. It's been a while.
Last time she did it, she took 1 damage, and she couldn't heal it, and she could not. I believe she's just supposed to let bugs crawl around on her.
Yes. I know. But you at least were still in her favour to a degree. And I've just got to look up what her thing is because it's been a while. Oh yeah. I have to remember it's under this thing.
You know what, Kara? I was wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so what you have to do is, spread out your arms and call out to her for an hour.
I'm sorry. I was an idiot.
Well, she's going to self-reprimand herself. I'm going to go to either the Sun Temple or Blaze, whichever I can find a teacher for the archetype I want.
And it's hearing noises and lightning runes soon enough.
I can't remember what it was you were looking for, Alexandra. What was it?
Warrior of Holy Light. And Nightshine said it's going to take 10 days.
Oh, thank you, Nightshine.
Yay.
I mean, there would be not clerics, paladins here, so it's probably something they could train you with, at least the beginnings of it. But you probably would need a more specialist person to get as you get more into it. So they will at least be able to cover the basics, which will be like the first 2 days, so to speak, anyway. So that will be fine.
Okay. If I can do it in like multiple sessions, that's perfect.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay.
Don't have to do it all in one go.
You also have to pay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they would. They would. They would expect you to pay for their time in the local currency rather than gold. Nightshine, did you happen to have a look how much it would cost?
Yeah, 10 times your level times the number of days required to train.
Okay, so it's 10. What level are you guys? 6? No, you're 7.
7.
Yeah. And times 10. So that much. You are probably going to get what, a day's worth of training here?
You said 2 days.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that, but you have 1 full day of actually doing it because of you're setting out the next morning. So 1 entire day would cost that much. Now I'm going to convert that in their tokens. So this sort of training, it's more what they're geared towards, and it's something what probably they're more encouraged. So it probably only cost you 20 tokens for the day.
Okay. I will go to our piggy bank and get 20 tokens worth of gold.
You know, as Byrne notices Alexandrite walking around, he's like, "Hey, you need something?"
Yeah, I need to get some gold to exchange for tokens.
Well, I still have. How many tokens do you need?
About 20.
All right. He rummages around in his backpack for a bit and pulls out the remaining 20 tokens that he has. Here, I was gonna get these converted back to gold, but take them. You need them more than I do.
Thank you. This is actually perfect. All right. I guess I'll go back into the temple and exchange the tokens for training.
Yep.
Yeah, well, happily
Speaking of making money, Milk Thistle just got an idea. Are there things that need to be repaired, big or small?
probably, yeah, all over the place.
All right, Milk Thistle will offer his services then. He can offer make whole and mending. Mending, I think, is a cantrip, isn't it?
Yes, but they have. If they're broken, you can help mend them as long as you order pieces. And make whole, I think you can do without the pieces, and you can repair destroyed items.
All right, in that case, let's see. For the first day,
Do remember you have. I think you used what 2 spells to send in.
2 spells for sending, but that was 4th level spell. Mending, I believe, is what, a 3rd level?
I want to say either first or second.
Or mending is a cantrip.
Cantrip.
The second is a make whole.
Make whole,
I
yeah.
believe. Okay. Let me double check that. If it's a 2nd level spell, I can cast that up to 6 times per day. Or technically 5 because of my domain spell. So I can cast it up to 5 times per day.
Just double check what level it is. But it is something that you would find useful. And they definitely would accept your help, as some more older equipment they would be able to bring back to life and actually make use of. So it is something that they would utilize it for.
Okay. Make whole is a 2nd level spell, so I can cast that up to 5 times a day on the not the first night that we're there when we need to rest, but the following day, and then the day when we leave, I can cast it up to 10 times total. So what Milk Thistle will do is he would roll an appraisal on the object to determine what its replacement value would be to replace it, and then he'll charge 50% of that value to repair it.
Okay, now the issue you will find is that they will be able to pay you in tokens rather than gold.
But since they have an exchange, are they able to exchange the tokens in place of gold?
They do, but the exchange rate is nowhere near as good going back into gold. Almost like they're trying to encourage you not to convert your tokens into gold.
Let's keep the currency in circulation. I see their game. Well, yeah, it's a fiat currency. That's everyone's game.
Yeah.
Okay, I tell you what then. Milk Thistle has been rattling around an idea for a wondrous item he's been wanting to build. Steel, do you remember that item that can cast spiritual weapons several times a day? And we went over the cost of it?
I vaguely recall it, yes.
Do they sell any of the necessary components to make that item?
They would sell probably all of the various components that would be required to craft magical objects and stuff like that. You'll probably need to provide the fancy stick you want to use to turn. Was it?
It was going to be a headpiece, like a band or a crown or something.
Okay. No, yeah. I mean, you'll probably need to provide the headpiece, but other than that, you would be able to get all the necessary stuff that you want to. If you're wanting to do a trade for repairing their equipment for all of the gold value you need to make that they would accept that.
Okay, then here is Milk Thistle's plan. Over the next 2 days, he will be able to cast Make Whole a total number of 10 times, which he will use on the most valuable items, things like their siege weaponry, high-valued pieces of armor, weapons, etc. Only the most valuable pieces will have Make Whole cast on them. Everything else that can be fully reassembled with broken pieces, like this thing broke a joint, this thing needs a bolt replaced, etc. Make Whole will be cast on that indefinitely.
Yeah.
So Make Whole times 10 will be 100 minutes. That is 1 hour 40 minutes out of the 2 days. Everything else can be repaired with Make Whole as a standard action 6 seconds. So as long as they bring those items to me, I can indefinitely just repair all day, all night, save for the 2 hours I need to sleep. And,
No, that's fine. So yeah, they will more than happily make use of that. The more specialist with Make Whole, they will get you to do that on some of their old siege equipment. These look like quite old bits of equipment that have been cycled out, or they have been damaged and were too difficult to repair. One of them you come across is actually it was stored somewhere where it almost looks like it was like a prized possession. It's sort of in there, almost there, like the war manure. In the same, you remember when you went in, the flags were all on display and stuff like that. It was almost another room, but all it had was this destroyed ballista on there, and it basically looks like something of quite large size has come down and basically ripped it and twisted it apart. What you do find is it appears to be made out of quite high-grade specialist equipment and various things like that, and it's very intricate. You would find out that this was one of their most prized ballistas that they had, and it actually was. It used to be placed on one of the more higher points, and where it could get a full 360-degree firing position in the citadel, and it was destroyed when the dragon / drake hooves attacked quite some time ago, and this ballista was one of their best dragon killers. It was one of two that could fire the specialist ammunition they actually have for taking down dragons, which consist of adamantine net system, as well as specialised adamantine bolts designed for taking down dragons. That's probably the most valuable piece you actually repair.
Very cool, very cool. As far as what I'm charging to repair everything, do they agree to that?
Yeah.
Very good. All right, so do I need to roll appraisal for every single one, or can I just take 10 and get a 21 on each item that I appraise?
Basically, because you're doing it for the value of the magical item that you want to craft, so all you need to do is make the crafting checks to make it. You don't have to spend any money. That's basically what it is. You're using your spells, you're getting the materials to make a magical item as payment.
If they're willing to do a 1-for-1 trade, meaning I mend and I make whole everything that I can, and they want to give me every single raw item I need in order to create my magical item, then Milk Thistle will agree to that.
The only thing you will need to do is provide yourself with a suitable object to craft with, so the crown or whatever. You can get it in the city, or you can obviously purchase it in Village Town, that sort of thing. It basically means that you can choose what you want it to be, more than then giving you something to use.
Milk Thistle will ask the nightmare clerics there, or the chaplains rather, if they have a headband that represents the nightmare, or even one that contains palm trees.
They probably definitely have something what helps represent the nightmare.
What does it look like?
Actually, I need to grab...
It's a Naruto forehead protector.
No, I need to have a quick look at her symbols again. Okay, so it's a black headband what comes round the head. At the centerpiece, if you were a unicorn, the crescent moon would kind of like hook over the top of your horn, but it comes down just across the front of your sort of face, not covering your eyes, and then you've got two sort of gems what come off the moon symbol. If you've actually got the image of the nightmare, it's very similar to what she's wearing in that. Which I might be able to quickly grab for you and show you on Discord. 2 seconds. I need to go to Ponyfinder, rules, books, Princess Luminous' guide. Hopefully it's still got the old image rather than the new one. Yes, it does. Okay, cool. Okay, this one doesn't have the headband what goes round it, but you'll get an idea what it looks like.
Are you posting it in Steel Game?
Yes, it will be. Here we are. Ooh. Control V. There you go.
I think I will also kind of walk around and use my lay on hands on people who need it. So hopefully get donations and such.
They do have medics and stuff like that, and they're actually quite suited with dealing with injuries and what have you. Given being more military-esque, they have that quite a lot of that sort of thing ready.
Well, I can fill off my services to them.
Yeah, I mean they will accept your services, but they probably won't pay you for it, as that is something they would expect as normal as somebody who is serving the city to do anyway. So I'm afraid, but you are also doing your training, so.
Yeah, well, that's only like 1 day, so.
Yeah, I mean that's most of the time you're going to be here that 1 day. All right. Back to Lightning, who was doing their praying.
Yeah.
So you don't get like a vast amount of insects, but the most you're going to find are spiders, which will come and crawl up your body.
Hello.
Nope.
I'm not scared of insects. I just hate dirt.
Well, once there was mentioned spiders, I just kind of got like a little chill.
Yeah.
I like spiders.
Do you like
Spiders wolf bros.
Do you like wolf spiders though? That's the question.
I have never encountered one.
Wolf spiders are good spiders.
You know, the spiders you want to be scared of are the bird-eating spiders.
The tarantulas.
But the bird-eating spiders
Are usually just peaceful little guys.
well, the bird-eating spiders are about the size of a dinner plate.
Oh God.
Hence
Nope.
the name, bird-eating. They eat birds.
Nope.
Yeah. Welcome to Australia. But anyway, yes, you have them on your person.
So, how's your day? My day is going lovely.
Burrowing your skin.
Yes. Now I'm just trying to think with what you have done, what would happen. And I think
I am no use to you, poison death.
and I think the worst thing that she would do is after the time has passed, they will leave with doing absolutely nothing to you.
Huh?
Oh, that is horrible.
No, that's good. At least
If you have if you have religion, you can make me a knowledge religion check.
You're joking, right?
I mean, I said if.
I don't know if I do. What is that? Background?
I think religion is a primary one.
Yeah, no, I do not have religion. It's not a class skill for sorcerer or rogue, which is annoying.
I bet your cohort could roll it for you if you asked.
Yeah, hey, wait. Hey, Wish. Wait, is the plat still there?
Is the what?
Is the platinum still there?
Well, the insects didn't do anything with the platinum, no.
She is gonna leave it there for now. Actually, no. She realizes, wait, if I just leave it here, someone's gonna take it and steal it from me. Is it okay if I just take this? I know you can't respond or anything, but like, give me a sign if you're okay with me taking it back until I can give it to you properly.
Hey, can I steal this platinum that I left here in a...
Like, send a spider across the table if it's okay if I can just take the plat until I can get to the build physics thing.
There is no sign of any insects.
I'm not gonna push my luck, and I'm just gonna leave that there. In fact, she like nudges it under the Kara idol. So I'm gonna leave it there, so no one takes it from you, okay? And she just leaves she just puts her powder on and leaves the room.
Alright, so you are going to go off and ask Wish. That's fine. Now Wish. So Wish is doing her knowledge that, and she also gets a bonus of that because, surprisingly enough, she has a similar thing that Nightshine does. Here. So, Wishful Pen goes, I'm not that familiar with Kara's side of things, so I don't know. But, I mean, if that's... She goes, well, if that's what they did, what... Is that what they're supposed to do?
Last time I got bit.
Is that... Are they
and
normal?
I wasn't supposed to heal it, and I didn't heal it until it healed up naturally.
Okay, is that what... Is the biting thing normal?
Is it?
That would be a knowledge religion roll.
Fuck's sake.
I mean, I know
I
out
don't
of
know.
I know
I'm
out
not
of
a religious
character.
person. That's why I was asking you.
Well, I mean...
I know out of character what the answer is, but you got to make that roll.
Can you tell me out of character and I still act out of character?
That would be metagaming, and
Yeah.
metagaming is wrong.
No, I wouldn't act like I knew it in character.
Oh, sure, okay, yeah. Well, just like in character, you won't know it out of character. It'll make role-playing much easier for you.
Break my immersion.
I mean, when we're back to the city, I can I can do a little bit of research on it. But
Yes,
well,
thank you.
I mean, we can always go and ask the Kara priest at that point.
Yes, let's do that. I'm going straight to them.
But I mean, if they're not supposed to bite you, then I suppose that's good. If they are supposed to bite you, then it's probably very bad.
Thanks for making me nervous.
Well, I mean, it's a bit like, well, with Princess Luminance, you are to... She would want you to go off, make friends, and as the GM tries to remember what it would be. So, yeah, you spend time making a new friend, or or look to what is it? Or either pursue or you do a pursuit that you must go after wholeheartedly. If you've already sort of made friends or can't make any more, it's a bit like if somebody you'd attempt to make friends with, it almost unnaturally sort of repels you in a sense. So it's almost like almost like Princess Luminance purposely trying to make it so you can't make friends with her or them, which would be a sign that you've probably upset her a lot. But if they're supposed to not bite you, then that's a good sign.
I suppose. I mean, we won't know until we ask the Kara priest, so let's not worry about it too much until we get to that point, huh?
Sounds the best option.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why we're friends, which gives her a pat on the back. We're gonna go places, you and I. What the?
Yeah, who has the chainsaw in the background?
That's me. I'm trying to suppress it.
You can go to push to talk, and that'll probably do.
We're like 2 peas in a pod, which.
Are we? I mean, I don't feel like I'm surrounded by lots of green sort of lips engulfing us.
What are you talking about? She uses prestidigitation to make like green whiffs.
You probably can't make that much material.
Yeah.
You could probably create the smell of beans. That's probably about as best you can do.
Create smell of pea.
But yeah, she'll be like, okay. As she sort of notices that you would be casting a spell. It's like,
Look, it's fun, okay?
okay. She says with a smile.
Come on, a little.
But I am living.
That's. Learn what a metaphor is, Rich.
I mean,
Like that.
Nothing goes on in my head.
Which I'm gonna teach you metaphors, okay?
I mean, I know what metaphors mean. It's a figure of speech in which a word or phrase is applied to an object or an action to which it's not literally applicable.
Yeah, and now I'm gonna teach you to recognize them.
I mean, okay. I mean, I get the idea most of the time.
Really? You've missed like all of mine.
Uh,
this current nation.
Maybe I need to do a little bit more reading on it.
Yeah,
Spend some time around us. You'll pick them up.
Alright then, I will see if I notice any more of your metaphors.
Make sure to come to me with your progress, okay?
Okay. I will do.
You drink?
Only, no, not too much. Only when, during sort of ceremonies.
Would you like to? Like just a couple drinks, you and I?
I don't feel like I need to.
We get to know each other?
I mean, I can get to know you without having to drink. But if...
Yeah, drinks is easier.
But sure, if it'll help our friendship, I'll have a few drinks.
Yeah. Let's go.
Oh, poor wishful pen.
this can only end so well.
How drunk does whiskey?
Think how a young pony who is who is 15, who doesn't drink very much, like barely at all.
So they get wasted.
Yeah, well, probably not. Not after a few drinks. All right. That is probably most of what goes on during the downtime you guys will have during the time here. Is there anything else anybody really wants to do here, other than obviously sharing drinks with Wishful Pen Lightning? This goes for anybody.
I put it on Nightshine's tab, by the way.
I can't think of anything to do.
They won't. They won't do a tab. You would have to pay 1 token per drink.
How much is a token?
If you go to the bank or the exchange, sorry, you can trade 1 gold piece for 2 tokens.
Alright, I'll get 10 tokens then.
Okay.
And we get fucking wasted. Fucking no tab. What a cheap place.
I mean, to be fair, it's not entirely cheap. They
Why
do
can't
have to
you
keep
go
some.
over Nightshine?
I mean, this is probably one of the most expensive places to drink, and I probably wouldn't say that alcohol is the best here. It's alcohol.
So 1 gold a fucking 5 silver for alcohol? What the fuck?
Maybe their alcohol is just really damn good.
No, it's a luxury. That's the issue here.
There's better alcohol in Villager Town. She tells me.
She goes, well, I mean, I have been told there's good alcohol you can buy back at home.
Yeah, it's way better there. Trust me. I'll take you there proper once we get to Villager Town. But
Okay.
for now, I suppose we'll have to make do with this will.
I mean, it's pleasant enough, and it will get you, at least, it will get Wishful Pen drunk.
Lightning gets herself a little buzzed. Oh, I hate bitter stuff. What's some cider here?
Anyone else? Was there anybody else who was desperate to do something that they need? Because we've got Milk Thistle doing repairs. Milk Thistle, do you remember the whispers I sent you in regards to the sending messages that you sent out? I don't know if you wanted to share any of them with the party.
Oh yes, I think that would be important. Alright, so on the morning when we're supposed to leave, Milk Thistle will send out a message in the early morning hours around 2 o'clock in the morning, and then he would continue mending the final 5 big projects. Once that's done and we're loading up onto the ship, Milk Thistle will gather the party together, and he'll let them know that he contacted Amethyst. I'll roll for this. So, I contacted Amethyst through sending. She will be meeting us at the temple the day we arrive at noon. I'd like all of us to be present.
Which temple is the real question here?
The large temple where they're all together in the center. We're going to be meeting there at our previous meeting place. You weren't there the first time, but it was out in the courtyard where it was, equal footing without any risk of anyone taking advantage.
This is true.
She informed me that her master, the demon, demanded that she give him all the information she had on us. She refused to do so, and I seem to believe her. I didn't sense any deceit in her words.
I don't like this.
It's an uneasy situation to be in, but I believe she did not tell him anything about us.
Well, if you're able to trust her, then I suppose I'll have to put my faith in you on this one.
Trust is a strong word. I'd say cautiously optimistic would be accurate.
Fair enough, I suppose.
Alright. So, with that, come the morning of you leaving, the Grand Marshal will do his sort of speech to his troops. As promised, he has lightning there up on sort of stage, in sort of towards the back, but you are there and you are visible, along with his other generals, but
She is trying to make herself a bit distinct amongst the crowd that she's next to.
yeah, I mean, you do kind of stand out because given the others are very military-esque, and given your more feminine nature, you probably do stand out.
Yeah. She's got like a mythical change shirt on, so she's not like...
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but you at least carry yourself in a manner that isn't sort of rigid and military. Oh, there we go. So his speeches, he's pretty much promised is very much. He calls to the crowd. He refers to basically soldiers, friends, companion in arms. The day has finally come that we are called upon to do our duty, not for a grand kingdom that once stood, not for personal honour, but to help those that are in great need of our help. We are to march out to Villager Town, where we are to stand firm against an invasion upon our rights, as bipedal creatures who refer to themselves as humans plan to show that they can dominate and control our kind. To this, they will find the answer in you all. You all will stand firm. You will all show how we are united as one, and if they wish to take our land from us, that they will pay for every stone, every blade of grass that they should attempt to reach out and take. I will see you there upon the battlements when you arrive. Me, and I select few of those who can help establish a beachhead for when we arrive, are heading out. You will be looking to your commander heads as you march across Everglow to the glorious capital that once was an inspiring beacon for all those that dwelled within the Empire. But this time, you all will be that beacon that will shine bright and bring hope back to those that live in the city. He gestures out towards to those all on stage. My brothers in arms who stand here now will be accompanying me aboard a fine vessel that will send us speedily to the location. We will ensure that everything is prepped ready for your arrival, and when you arrive, that we will be ready for war. Prepare yourselves. Prepare for a swift march and for battle, as this will be our finest moment. And that's kind of where he leaves the speech, because I can't think of anything else. And you'll probably find there's not like massive cheering and stuff like that. There's more stomps on the ground as the soldiers are stomping, but it's not like just random people stomping. It's more rhythmic in time with each other. You can always see it as like if it was a human sort of beating a clenched fist against the front breast of their armour.
Mm-hmm.
And doing that in time. That's probably the best visualisation I can give you. But they're doing it with their hoof. At which point he will leave the stage, and then his entourage will leave behind him. Lightning, you'll be the one who will be leaving last off the stage.
Oh.
Just as it kind of how they all fold off, basically.
Yeah. She gives a nod to the troops before walking off the stage with them.
With that, it's quite clear and swiftly that they're starting to be broken up into regiments, and supplies are starting to be gathered and ready to for a march to take place. Some of the siege equipment that has already been packed is obviously ready to be hooked up to some Anteans ready to start hauling it, and various things like that. The ship has been packed full of various supplies as well as ponies as well. You're going to be getting very comfortable with people. And a number of the stuff inside the ship has been sort of moved off or pushed closer together to fit more.
God, the robot.
The robots were deactivated. Well, Swift Gadget sort of pulled a sort of like a central power core out of the robot to power it off.
She didn't want to deal with telling it to watch everyone.
Basically. So she went with let's just pull this out.
Like, I can't be asked to speak ruminant all the time.
Smart girl.
But yeah, so the ship itself is very much packed full of plenty of people on board, and like I said, you can move around, but you're moving probably through or past somebody at any point.
Do I have enough space to retrain with steel?
It will be difficult because of the extra space and stuff like that. But you could possibly do it at very small intervals. So you could probably have half a day, basically.
Nice.
So it is still something that is potentially possible.
I'll be busy.
All right.
I can't sleep with Alexandra anymore.
That definitely is going to be very difficult to do.
I'll ask the soldier to watch.
You'll be fine. You'll tough it out.
It's only for a few days.
Lord Weasel is gonna boot everyone on the ship.
Alright, so I need to do that for that day, and then this for the next day. Okay, so today, as you set out, it's going to be where do you move from? Yeah, scattered clouds, but mostly clear today.
Cloudy, chance of meatballs.
Alright. Ooh.
It's working.
What's working?
My macro.
Yay! What's your
What's
macro?
this next?
Grow a spellcraft.
Ah. All right. So I'm gonna bring.
Also, where?
I'm gonna bring us. I'm gonna go over to the world map. Actually, I'm gonna bring everybody else over with me because I'm gonna. Oh.
Ah.
Oh God.
Whoa.
That is far too loud. I forgot I set up music.
Whoa.
Is it supposed to be this loud?
No.
Oh God.
There we go.
There we go.
That's
Whoa.
better.
Thank you. Wow, that was loud.
It was.
My poor ears all.
Rip music.
You guys are here. All right.
Just go up there.
Map is loading in.
Oh, okay.
Same for me.
I'm in, but it's not showing any of the places we've been to already.
Ooh. Okay. It might. That I don't know why that's not happening. It might be because of the way we're kind of doing stuff. Maybe.
Also,
Okay.
well,
Oh, you probably can't do it because your token's not on the map.
yeah, my token hasn't been on the map for a while. At last.
All right. Can everybody else see the rest of the map, which is uncovered?
Yeah.
Be up to this point.
I've only got a gray screen.
You. Oh, you're on the player's map still.
Yeah, my token wasn't even on the ship.
Oh, there we
so
go.
everything was there.
Okay, now I can see.
This is what I see.
Okay, fair enough. So,
I don't see much, Ken.
all right. So, oh, you can see the clouds flying by. All right. Yes. All right. So the ship starts setting out. Let's basically make. I want to do that. I want to press that now. Oh, here we go. Right. So it's going straight towards the city. So it'd be like that. Press space. Boom. You don't really get much in the way of vision around as you go. Mostly because obviously you're high in the skies, you're passing through some clouds, and it's difficult to obviously get a good sort of understanding. And there's so much moving around that it's hard to just sort of stay in one place to get a good overlook at it. Now, just like what Milkthistle's been doing, the generals, when it comes clear the captain's going to stop flying and go to sleep, he questions if there's somebody else who can also fly this contraption so that they continue even throughout the night. And yes, a pony would need to rest, but a ship doesn't need to.
I mean, I have a star chart that could help us navigate. I don't think any of us know how to pilot this thing. Because someone keeps saying no!
Because Captain Swift Gadget is very protective of her property. She doesn't want to teach anyone else to fly.
Oh, hang on, guys. I'm going to have to quickly nip to the loo. I'll be back in just 2 seconds, I'm afraid.
And it's an emergency.
I will put us on the be right back. Boop.
We'll be right back. After this party break, we'll be right back.
Kai Biscayne, hero of the Imperium. Oh God.
Alright. So. So the general's just finding out the fact that the captain is the only one who can fly this damn thing, and she wants to sleep. When it should be able to keep going even during the night. And you can tell he kind of, because I'm not going to argue with myself, he gets into sort of a heated debate with the captain in regards to the fact that if she is not going to stand here and fly it, she can damn well set it on a direct course towards Vilgertown and have it go at half speed at this altitude, as the chances of them of anything hitting anything while she's sleeping is not likely. You wouldn't have thought a old pony like this would probably have such a voice on him, but clearly the years in the military have helped keep him that stern sort of tone, and even though he's obviously aged, he still has a very intimidating stance to him when he wants to be.
He's got that command presence about him.
Yes.
Cool.
I just like to imagine this is also at the dining table to make it even more awkward. Like mommy, or daddy shouting at mommy.
I know this is probably more in front of Swift Gadget's little room or bed chamber type thing, and he's probably standing in the way, stopping her from going to bed and having this argument. But basically, what it will come down to is Swift Gadget will actually admit defeat and basically do a few things. So it will just sort of gently head along upon inertia and nothing more. So it does mean you're going, even though you guys are sleeping, you're going to get some extra movement out of it anyway.
Excellent. Given that there are so many soldiers spread out on the ship, will Milk Thistle have any room to begin working on his wondrous item project?
It will be difficult to give you space, but you would be able to have space. There will be obviously a little bit of sacrifice made where people would have to move around and what have you, and you'll be kind of confined to like a very small area, which would be enough for you to be able to work in, and that's pretty much it. So it's just one of those sort of things where you'll be kind of stuck there.
Alright, I am... Okay, then that's what Milk Thistle will be doing. He will be working on his wondrous item as we travel.
Okay. Alright, so you guys are flying over, come the morning, and as things start moving forward, you guys are actually over woodland. And this is probably one of the areas where you might get horribly attacked. So, one of you, if you look where it, to the side over here, there's a little circle, it looks like a ball, like a target. If you click on that, there should be a button what says traveling. Traveling encounters.
Where's the button?
Oh, somebody found it.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing interesting happens.
It's right next to the dice box.
Dice icon, yeah. Looks like a bullseye, just above the text box, basically.
Oh, the rollable table. Oh, I see it.
Yeah. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I've been playing with macros, so, or rollable tables. I think that's what it was called.
We have a good time.
All right. What is this red line beside us? Is that a road?
That would be a. You won't be able to see it because it's down amongst the trees, but it does represent something.
Okay.
but
Terrible things like that.
it would be completely blocked off.
Plus, there's a lot of cloud cover. Are we traveling through the clouds, below, or above them?
Let me just quickly go to the next morning. So you would probably be you would actually probably this day rise above the clouds as it turns into heavy rain today.
That's a good game.
Boy. Mm-hmm. I don't.
Jason!
Jason!
Also, is the stream back on?
Yeah, the stream should be on.
Welcome back, everybody.
It's been back a while.
What the fuck is up, everybody?
Yes, it's definitely there. Alright, so as the heavy rain sets in and you guys rise above the clouds so you don't end up completely drenched and wet, the ship will continue. So I need one additional roll of a D100 as you guys finish flying over Prisma. Sorry,
Alright,
the Forest of
I got the
Dreams.
D100. Sorry about that.
Oh, whoever rolls first gets it. Whoever did it the first time didn't use the special table, so their roll doesn't count. But the second person used the table, but nothing interesting happens.
What do you mean cataclysmic event?
Don't roll a 1.
We run into a fucking cloud drift.
Still, I have a question regarding crafting. So, every 1,000 gold of the price of the item represents 1 day worth of crafting. Since I'm able to work for 22 hours, can that be considered 2 days?
You're probably going to be restricted with working at night, I'm afraid, given the fact that... Oh, that's got... I need to turn that down a bit on my laptop. You're going to not be able to do it at night, given the fact that the area you'll be working in, people will be sleeping in as well. So you are unlikely to be able to work during the evening hours while on the ship.
Okay.
But normally,
okay.
I would say that would be okay, because technically you can work for that long.
Alright, so I still only work for 1 day on the item.
Yeah.
This shrouded area that we flew over, is that going to be uncovered?
No, because you were above clouds to stay out of the heavy rain.
I see. Alright, what time of day is it when we reach Villager Town?
So you are... Actually, let's get to the right time. 7. I've lost my... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That'll be that. So actually, because there's a full sort of set of travelling, and just Gadget has to sit and work on it. Actually, no. There'll be an hour for breakfast because she's not going to do it that, and then a break for lunch. But basically, you'll be getting there about that makes sense. You'll be getting there at 5 p.m. basically. The general would say, will come to you and ask, do the city have somewhere for us to come in for landing?
We have not asked yet. We would definitely draw the eyes of the crowd. I think it would be best if we landed outside the town and marched into it.
Maybe right here?
Why do you not want to draw the eyes of the crowd?
Simply because the town is not aware that we have a flying ship.
And it might make people nervous, panicky even.
In fact, everywhere we traveled, we've kept the ship out of sight of the major population. You were the first ones to have actually seen it.
I see. He takes a deep breath as he's clearly sort of thinking carefully about things as you're a bit of a distance away, and you can still make sort of calculated decision what you can do. After a few minutes, he turns around and goes, "No, you're probably quite right with what you're doing. Less likelihood of people mentioning that you have a ship to others and word getting out. It's
That
not
was our
really
understanding.
ready for war, but it could prove a vital resource."
Thought so as well.
Right.
Last time we were here, we parked the ship in around the silos and farm over here.
All right then. I will trust in you that you will do the same.
All right, I'll go tell Swiftcat to do what she did last time.
Yep.
Was I able to do a full day of crafting before we arrived to Villager Town?
Yes, you would have been able to do so.
All right. 5 left to go.
All right. Let me activate this map. I'm afraid no new maps yet, as I haven't had time to move stuff over, but you guys should at least recognise this one. Oh, you guys on the map? Let's
I might have to refresh.
might you?
I'm at 90%.
Yeah.
I'm in Villager Town.
As long as there's nothing wrong with lighting and stuff, then it should be good.
Yep, lighting's fine for me. Music is the only issue I'm having. Jesus, it's loud for me.
Oh, is it? There shouldn't be any... Oh, did I add music to this map?
If you go to the bell, you can turn it down on your end.
Yeah, hold on.
Bell?
Let me just reduce it a smidge.
Yeah, I'm like hearing like this really like evil music.
Okay, there shouldn't be evil music. Okay, there we go. There's something is playing. Let me just
Yeah.
stop that.
Yeah, it's like it was just this really like everyone's going to die music. It's
I mean, the only thing
ominous.
that should have been playing was music for the sounds like city background, which would be this.
Oh no, it was like going. There was like bells and like evil sounds.
All right. Lightning, if you need to adjust the sound, if you look at the images at the top, the one what looks like a bell, if you click on that
Right.
one,
Oh, there
you can turn
go.
it down there.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
There we
Yay.
go.
Yeah, so that's how you can do that. All right. No, we're still waiting for Burn to come back.
I'm here.
Oh, you are. Okay, excellent. So, where were we? Oh, yeah. So, can everyone see the map okay? Because I think it's the first time we've loaded it up on
Yes.
this.
I see the map, but I don't see my icon on the map.
I don't think people with icons are...
Oh, your icon is right here.
Okay, right. I see what's happened. It's got the old ones. Let me just delete the old icons. It's
I don't-
it's the icons from when I pulled it all from Roll20, so the icons don't actually work as you.
Ah,
Oh,
So, meh.
my one does. It's weird.
Who is that hiding behind Opal's Tavern?
That's Opal.
That'll be
That's
it.
what Opal looks like?
They're a dragon.
Come on, Milk Thistle, get out. There we go. Yeah, Opal was a luminous dragon.
Hmm.
Eh. There we go.
Yeah. They were tiny and they like looked.
Hey, there's
Then
Milk Thistle.
have to go.
Alright, it's good to be back.
Alright, it is 5 p.m. Traffic is going to be hectic, but we'll be able to get through it, no problem.
Woo! We're back home again.
Well, this time though, you are walking in with a small military force.
Big boy time.
That's right. Is this gate closed?
As you approach it, the gate does appear to be closed.
Where are the guards? Are they on the top up here?
Yeah, you do see individuals upon the wall, yes. There's not many of them, I will point out, but there are individuals on the wall.
How many times have you been on the ship?
Oh, excuse me, Marshal Thunder.
He looks at you, yes?
Would you be willing to help me deal with the food situation? I think I might have to have a meeting with Duchess. It would be nice if someone with a intimidating stature would also be there to help calm the situation.
Let me establish a command post and then we can deal with internal politics.
Understandable.
I'll let the people know what's going on.
What was the name of the captain of the guard here in Villager Town? Strong Mountain?
I believe it was something like that, yes.
Oh wait, was Strong Mountain the Antean champion from Galloping Dam?
That's my feeling is they were the one from Galloping Dam. I'm just looking... Oh, it's Rocky Mountain was the one in...
Rock.
Yeah. No, not Walking, Rocky.
Rocky Mountain.
Sorry. I did not make it clear. That's fine.
Field Marshal, we'll need to introduce you to Captain Walking Mountain. He's the leader of the militia here.
Understood.
Thistle looks up to the guards on the wall. He's like, "We've come with representatives from St. Moon's Reach. We require entrance to the town."
Did we go to Clovenham, by the way?
The guards kind of look down and seem, as best you can tell, as best as you can tell, seem a little bit surprised about you lot all suddenly marching up. And they turn around and go, we need permission to open the gate. Hold on. They seem to have like those on the wall seem to have sort of almost a discussion between each other, and almost like they're trying to work out who's going to be doing what. And one of them then quickly disappears, as the other one sort of stands there a little bit awkwardly, kind of just watching you.
I would laugh if the army already came here and was defeated without us.
Like we just walk in and just like, everything was taken care of actually.
I'm afraid you're too late.
Yeah,
The humans are in charge. As you guys are waiting, Grand Marshal Thunder sort of turns to you and goes, I can already see problems with what's going on. I have a feeling that we'll be waiting a little while, as chances are they've sent a runner up to, wherever the people in charge are. They should have somebody on the gate who can make these sort of calls, not have to send runners.
Communication has been very slow. Anytime we've attempted to gain access to the nobles here in town, we've had to wait at the guard shack for them to run to the nobles to get permission first.
This is a bit inconvenient.
Still?
Yeah.
Did we spend 1 day or 2 days on the ship? No.
It was 2 days on the ship getting here.
That means I'm done with training. Yay!
Huzzah.
Huzzah.
What did you retrain?
I now get to defend myself better from spells.
Ah,
Nice.
Very nice.
Alright, let's see.
you're a wizard duelist.
Yeah.
Our wizard Nightshine.
All
Add
right.
more spells.
So, you actually are left waiting, sadly, a good half an hour before eventually you see the gate open up.
Yeah, that was way too long.
Yeah.
And you are allowed access back into the city.
Alright.
Is there anyone to greet us, or do they just simply open the door to let us in?
There is a single individual there who does seem to be wearing the uniform of the actual city guard, and you will recognise it as Rocky Mountain.
Alright. Is he denoted as an officer or a sergeant?
He's a captain.
Is he Captain Walking Mountain?
Yeah, that's what I said. It's Captain Rocky Mountain standing there as the door's open.
I apologize, I didn't hear that part.
No, that's fine.
Alright. Milk Thistle walks up and says, Captain Walking Mountain, this is Field Marshal Thunder. He's here to be the general for the army that will be coming, and this is his vanguard.
I was told there was a small military force here. He looks to
Here to help sort out this place.
he looks towards Grand Marshal Thunder and he goes, "Sir, let me take you to the council and you can explain things from there. What's going on?" Well, so let me start again. He goes, "Let me take you to the council as they're the ones in charge here."
I'm going to go get a bit of information on food. I'll be right back.
Like, in character or real life?
That was in character.
Okay.
Unless you need it.
Wishful Pen goes, "Well, I mean, this might be an important event that you've got the general about to meet the leaders of Villagertown."
You're right, I should probably do that.
I mean, I wouldn't want to miss this for the world. I mean,
Thank you, Pen. Thank you.
I mean, getting to document such a important moment.
Yes, you're right. We should definitely do that.
All right. So basically, you guys will basically be marching up the centre of the streets, pretty much, all the way up. With a small military force, it's kind of, even though it's small, it's definitely something which is drawing the notice of the crowds as you guys walk up and make your way towards the noble section, which is obviously far to the north.
Yeah. We have our banner, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna yeah. Give Bern a look to say raise the banner.
I mean, they would have also had their own banner as well, which represents St. Moon's Reach.
We got our banners, man. We doing good.
Definitely gonna be displaying it as they walk.
Do we have a drum line or trumpets or anything like that as we march?
No, you would not have that.
Eccentric.
One at a time, please.
Do you want to go, Lightning?
We gotta make this as eccentric as possible. Get the drums, the trumpet.
Honestly, yeah. We gotta get people's attention. Let them know who we are.
You Milk Fist. Not Milk Fist. Sorry, it's you. Grand Marshal Thunder did not bring those sort of things, as it was just necessary personnel only. So there's no marching band or anything like that. That's with the main military force.
If only we had a bard.
It might be a bit rash, but I think we should rush any runners. Tell them that we don't care how much time they need to prepare. We need the nobles now.
Well, you guys are walking up to it.
She's saying that within. She's saying that to Thunder.
We could very well walk right past the gates. I doubt 2 guards are going to be stopping us. Plus, we're being escorted by the captain, so let us just walk directly to the nobles.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, you do gather a bit of, like I said, audience as you go up, but people do pay notice, especially when you start getting around about the centre of the map. But you will walk straight past that and straight up into the noble section, with the captain of the guard there. You guys aren't stopped at the gates. You do just sort of kind of walk straight in, and are taken directly to the where you guys. It's almost like like I said, almost like a meeting hall where things take place here, and you very much walk in. The captain goes, as far as I'm aware, they should have gathered, given what's going on, but he takes you straight in. With you guys entering, you will see gathered there. Now I've got to double check the names of all these people so I don't forget. It's been a little while since I've mentioned them. Oh, no, I don't want that. No walls, here we go. Duchess Lulapad is there, Lord Skystriker is there. You do have as well strong bags. Those individuals appear to be present at this point in time.
What about Lord? Was it Emberheart who was the acting lord, or was that the son's name?
No, Emberheart was the.
Everyone's going laggy for me.
No. Emberheart is the individual who was the old person. Sorry.
Okay. Is he present or no?
No, he is not present. But it's very rare for him to be present at these meetings. I don't think you've ever seen him actually take part in one of these, as far as I'm aware. But you should be aware of his current condition and why he's probably not present.
Good to go.
So the captain doesn't kind of stop anyone going in, and pretty much I'm really forgetting names at the moment. Grand Marshal and his entourage literally just walk straight in. If it looks like anyone's going to stop them, I mean, they couldn't even hope to stop them if they tried. And
all right, huh?
yeah, and basically the small sort of hall which you guys have been in a few times now, very quickly fills up with him and his
laggy for everyone else.
entourage.
Or is it
There's a little bit of lag, but I can
Everyone's
understand.
a little bit laggy. I think Discord's messing up.
Oh, is it? Let me do a few things. I don't know if I've got too much open or something.
Dustin, you're a little laggy too.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I'm just closing a few things in the background just in case.
Is it better now?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, it was my microphone that was pointing right at me.
Fair enough. Alright, so Excuse me. All right, so you guys entering the big crowd of martial people start filling out this small hall, and it's definitely an intimidating stance. There's at least one of them which are accompanying you is an Antean, and he fills up enough space as it is. At the front of it all is Grand Marshal Thunder, as well as you guys probably off to one side, as well as obviously his two more trusted generals as well.
Yeah.
The Grand Marshal then looks over to your group and sort of says to you guys in a sort of a lower tone, so it doesn't, so no one else should catch it. Goes, do you wish to make the introductions?
Council of Vilgeton. I introduce to you Grand Marshal, I forgot his first name. Thunder.
Marshal Thunder.
Wait, what?
Field Marshal Thunder.
Field Marshal Thunder. He has come here directly from St. Moon's Ridge to assist with the war effort.
He then steps forward and speaks. I read your letter, and it indicated that upon helping you, that the city itself will be able to offer recompense to anybody who steps forward. For me to aid, what recompense would Vilgetan grant us? He says in a rather sort of calm and cool tone. Most of the other nobles are sort of almost stunned in silence with the just numbers that are all stood there. But the Duchess Lilypad seems to at least able to keep her cool as best you can tell, and she almost gives a little bit of a sneer as she starts to speak. Well, Field Marshal, you do have such a grand entrance, but if this is all that you are bringing forth, then I'm certain we can find something suitable to match the forces that you have brought with you.
Lightning will whisper into the Grand Marshal's ear subtly. That's Lilypad.
He speaks up. Duchess Lilypad, I see. I believe you are in charge here. She gives a firm nod. It is not just me and my small force here. There is a larger force that will be following, and this force will be of suitable size, in the thousands. For bringing such a force on such short notice, I do expect suitable recompense that I will be laying out once you have given me a building to lay claim to, and I can set up as a command post. He looks around this room. I believe this building itself has a large enough room to set up as a forward command operation.
I'm not laughing in character, but Milk Thistle will bite his lower lip and try to keep him grinning.
Lightning will put her hoof over her mouth to hide her smile.
Alexander will have a slight smile.
not whispering. Bird is going to very stoically watch. Inside, he's laughing internally, but outside, he's like, nope, can't laugh.
I get the feeling I should make you all roll will saves for this, for that. As he finishes looking around the hall and then looks back to the Duchess. People, you'll be fine. As he looks back down to the Duchess and goes, I'm sure once you have cleared out your table and we have set up the equipment that we require, I will need a number of things. Then we can discuss war matters and what I expect from Vilgertown.
Milk Thistle's going to roll sense motive on the Duchess to gauge her reaction.
I would like to as well.
Yeah, but go for it.
Yeah, Bird roll as well.
I want her to be pissed. I don't like her.
All right. One thing, what I'm probably going to start getting people to do, just because I think it's actually a good idea, is if you look just below where you roll, there's something like it says self roll, and if you click on it, you've got a few options there. One of them is blind GM roll.
Right.
When you select that and roll a dice, it rolls the skill, but you do not see the results, but I do. So that way, when I give you information, you don't know if it was a good roll or bad roll.
Do we need to re-roll, or can we use these for now and just blind roll in the future?
Yeah, we'll use these for the moment. So, just.
Why would you do it?
But yeah, it's something I want to see how it goes. Anyway, those of you who got over 20, you will get the sense that she's almost kind of speechless. Alexandra, you definitely think you might have seen her eye twitch slightly in annoyance as he was basically telling her to get out in kind words. There's definitely, but you definitely get the sense that she's possibly staring daggers a little bit at him, and there's definitely been a long pause where the other two are just looking at the Duchess, seeing what she's going to say. She's definitely kind of stood up and putting her hoofs down on the table, but she hasn't said anything. And it's clear that she's obviously either speechless or trying to find the right words to actually say at this point.
Seeing how she's pausing, Milk Thistle will politely say, Duchess, I'm sure you understand that given the situation, time is of the essence.
Yeah, this is a perfect place to set up a command post.
Indeed, the quicker we have a command post set up, the easier it will be to coordinate the forces to help repel against the invading humans.
Your cooperation will be a great service to not only Vilgertown, but the Empire as a whole.
It's even very close to the... It's even close enough to the Blaze Academy that it won't be an issue to quickly send word back and forth.
She takes a deep breath and then exhales slowly. We will have everything removed, and you can have your command post, and we will discuss things when you have finished setting up. Until then, I bid you welcome to our fair city, and hope you enjoy your stay," she says, smiling.
Milk Thistle is going to roll Sense Motive once again to determine if she is plotting against the Field Marshal now.
Yeah, Burn is going to as well.
Same.
Oh, I should have gone to
I don't. Roll mode.
Yeah.
Line. Piano.
Yeah, you can do it through that as well.
Well,
I'll just re-roll
it.
it.
4.
So, you all get the sense that she's probably very angry and very annoyed, and she's definitely not used to probably having her authority so blatantly pushed on. So you get the sense that she's probably very angry more than anything, and she's obviously doing her best to try and not lose her temper, because she's probably never been put into this position or spoken to like this. Because basically all Phil Marshall's done, he's basically walked up, said, "Hello, oh, I like your place, get out," in obviously not so blunt words.
I love this guy.
So she's definitely a little bit annoyed, which hopefully you even picked up with me the way she was talking.
Yeah, we did. That's why we rolled the Sense Motive.
Yeah, but you're not getting any sense if you don't know if she's plotting his demise or anything like that. That you wouldn't be able to glean that from a sense motive. You can definitely tell that she's very angry and on edge.
Well, while she's kind of flabbergasted, Alexandra is going to change subjects and ask, has there been any new word about the army?
She straightens up herself a little bit more. It's close, very close.
How many days?
Not many. They say about 6. Maybe less if they move quickly.
Any number on the forces?
Same as what it was when you were last in here. We're looking at 10,000 with about 6,000 full military strength.
I don't think we have much time to run off and get more help. This will have to
Yeah, we're gonna have to hope for a real miracle to pull this defense off.
I would say at this point, the Duchess will simply go, I believe we have more to discuss later on. I'm sure you have had a long travel, but I will let you rest for this evening, and we will get together. We will have a meeting first thing in the morning, and we can discuss the finer points of everything, and you will have a chance to set up fully.
Sense motive.
Why don't we discuss it now?
Yeah, that is a good point, Nightshine.
This is Phil Marshall. Basically, will step in and sort of indicate to you guys and go, no, the Duchess needs her time to adjust, and I need time to survey things before I have a better idea of what's going on. In the morning, I will have a better standing of where we are. Let's give the Duchess her time.
Yes, sir.
What were you guys' sense motive in?
The Duchess for one.
I know who the target is, but what you're trying to pick up.
Her sort of intentions for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like explain the meaning.
Well, it was. I mean, the general was kind of the first one who sort of came in and said, "Let them set up," and he's kind of indicated he wanted to have time to set up, so she's only leading on from where he was going. He just never set a time frame, and she is setting a time frame. That's the only kind of difference to what's just happened.
Okay.
All right.
The general does ask for you lot to stay, as the nobles begin to will start to leave, but the Duchess will call out to Strong Mountain, who's kind of stayed in the background, but she'll call out his name. He'll sort of move through the ponies that are in the room and come forward. Get together some individuals to help our guests and remove the. She gestures around the room, the decor, so that they can set up what they need to. He will give a nod and head out to do that, as they will head off. But Lord Sky Striker will remain behind and actually will come over and talk to you guys.
Oh.
Well, to what do we owe the pleasure and the honor?
I don't think there's much honour, but things are on a little bit of knife points at the moment. We had to inform the populace earlier today, and as you can understand, things have been a bit...
Tension high?
Yes, the city, city gates were ordered shut, and only select individuals are allowed to leave or enter at this point in time.
Oh dear.
We've had a few nobles attempt to flee, and
Detained?
so they've been detained. I think a few, or at least some people, may have used the mithril map as means of escape, but it has been sealed off and requires special permission to utilise.
We don't need the nobles panicking at these times.
Indeed, this is not good.
Well,
I think we need to set up something to inspire hope in people.
yes, I mean that's what I've been trying to work towards, and I attempted to try and do that at when we informed them of what the situation was, but my words were not as well received as I would hoped that they would be.
Perhaps I can talk to some of the people.
I'll come with you.
Perhaps, but
Speak.
you're unlikely to get too much of a mass gathering at this moment. I think it's still all sinking in, and a few people are at least panicking, and to get a mass gathering together, it will take a day or two to get the word out. But
Yeah.
if you do want to try, the endless story over in the temple should be able to sort out a mass gathering again if required.
I might have an idea.
Oh,
But
The army coming. We could show them the army walking into the gate of a big parade, even.
That's not a bad idea.
But yes, just to let you know that things are a little bit tense at the moment.
Which is understandable, but the nobles aren't making it any better. Of course, the nobles.
Yes, but I believe things are mostly under control at the moment. The nobles who were caught attempting to leave have been instructed that it is not in their best interest to attempt to do so, and have been detained in their homes.
suppose it's better than them escaping and getting themselves killed.
Well, this is why we ordered the city sealed. Though we do have numerous ponies still out in the fields, attempting to gather whatever Romanian crops that are left to try and harvest. But this rain has put a dampener on it, and we'll have to wait for a day or two before we can continue harvesting.
We don't have much time left.
Well, getting whatever food is close to being ready or is ready, but that's
Right, about that. You may want to take a look at how much Lilypad is keeping to herself.
Okay. I mean, I don't know what personal stash she's keeping, but I mean, she is her family owns most of the farmland around here.
Yeah. And it's only right that they get the first pick of all the crops, isn't it?
We could also check those magical boxes that can store food infinitely.
See, I think it should be the city and not just her that gets the first pick of the food.
You know, make a good point, Bernd. I wonder how much...
I'm not aware of anything on that side of things. I must say, but I'm sure if there is anything going on, I'm sure she's aware of the situation. But I mean, there's no reason for her to hoard food.
Oh, there is.
Were you?
Lightning, Lightning, you and... Am I muted?
No, you're not muted.
Okay. Lightning, when you and... Sorry, my brain's being stupid. Paladin, what's your name? Alexandrite. Lightning, when you and Alexandrite had left to go and retrieve the ship on your own, Nightshine and I had to remain here to meet with the Duchess. She had explained the food situation. She is not hoarding the food. What she is doing is collecting it so that way it is not consumed too rapidly, because she intends to ration it if it becomes necessary. I did not sense any deceit in her. Yes, she is storing food away, but she is not hoarding it for herself. I don't believe that avenue of approach is worth our time.
Now, there are people hoarding food, which we could check, and apparently they should have already got those boxes here with food. You know, those magical boxes which we found on the Queen's place.
Yes.
I don't believe anyone here is starving, and those who are wealthier who can afford food aren't necessarily hoarding it away.
But she's also not mentioning the crop problem.
What is the crop problem?
They're all dying
Wait,
before we harvest it.
Is that true? When did this happen?
This has been going on for about a year, so the crops have not been doing as well as they have been.
so,
yields haven't been as high.
hey, Steel, does this sound like the same thing that my character and Swift Victory were looking into about the time that Burned met up with the others here?
Yes.
So, crops have been dying here as well and unable to grow, huh?
It's been the same everywhere.
Yeah, this is troubling. Very, very troubling.
When we have the meeting tomorrow morning, we should straight out ask her how much food is stored away and how many it can support. Because if the city comes under siege, we can very likely be here for a long time.
We would also like to see the store.
Myself and other clerics can produce food, but it would require a lot of our focused time, and we wouldn't be able to assist in other ways if we just focused on food production. And that would be every single day.
A hungry army can't fight.
So we'll bring that up tomorrow during the meeting. For now, I don't believe she is attempting to hoard food away for herself. She's simply storing it away to be rationed out if it's needed.
I make it a point to never trust people like her, but I'll trust your word.
When Duchess Lilibet left, could Lord Weasel follow her? Sneakily?
Laggy for me. Give me a second.
She would have left sort of fairly quickly. So I mean, you probably wouldn't, because they went through one of the back doors rather than walking past you guys. So if he kind of ran out of the way you come and outside, then he could have followed her to wherever she went.
He's a tiny weasel. I'm sure he can do that.
And he can fly.
Yeah.
And he can fly.
Yeah. So I mean, you probably wouldn't catch up with her, but you can obviously run out the front of the building and then then follow on from there.
He will try to do that.
Roll me stealth for him.
That was blind.
Well then I'll reveal it because it didn't need to be.
Yay.
Because you will you will know if you did well or bad. Normally. Alright, so he heads off. Basically, he's just got to follow her back to her house, and that's pretty much where she's going.
He wants to go inside her house.
It's been raining all day, so there's not going to be a reason for any windows to be open. He can go down the chimney.
Sure.
He's tiny, isn't he?
Yeah.
Then he can go down the chimney perfectly fine.
He's diminutive.
Oh, then even more so.
Just give him a gun, then he'll be fucking dirt.
Yeah.
With going down the chimney, I mean, he may look a little bit black, but that's about it.
So you're spying on the Duchess, are you?
No, Lord Weasel is.
I mean, all she would be doing is sort of going about her. Oh, well, you come down the chimney and he will come into like a large, almost like a lounge room. But the Duchess isn't in here, so he will probably have to like start trying to sneak around the house until he finds her. Or is he trying to do anything in particular, or just follow her around?
Find her and follow her.
I mean, all you're really going to find is her. You eventually will find her in an office space, and she's looks like she's trying to write something down, or at least write something, where she will be sort of like writing something, looking at it, hating it, screwing up in balls, throwing it away, and then going back to writing.
Nice.
If out of character, can I suggest something?
Depends.
I would suggest stealing one of those crumpled up notes just to like see what she's attempting to write down. You kind of get the gist of it.
I wanna find the final message. He's gonna wait until she does one which she's happy with.
Am I laggy for everybody?
No.
I'm guessing it's just.
Everyone's like really laggy for me, and I don't know why.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's just Discord or what. Like, Burn, you're fine for me. But
Yeah.
Dustin Steele are like kind of Dustin Steele and Nightshine are like really laggy for me. I don't know why.
Weird. The rest of you, the general, the field master is going to basically start with setting it up, and crates and stuff are being brought in to obviously set up various things that need to be done. What language did you speak in? Oh, Infernal. Okay. It's kind of cool what it looks like when people don't know what it says. So, you guys are more than welcome to obviously go about what you wish to do, or stay and help the general and his troops set up.
I'll stay and help set up.
Milk Pencil will call over to Nightshine and say, Nightshine, I need you to step outside with me. We need to do some research.
Okay. Are we going to inform the local militia of the guy that's just arrived?
No, something very different. Do you remember when you were telling me about the undead that you had found underneath the city?
Yes. Actually, we can take advantage of this whole situation and go back to the dungeon.
Perhaps. But I did have another idea. So, once we're outside, Milk Thistle is going to cast Ears of the City.
Well, before you do go outside, you will have a wishful pen going. Did you say research?
Milk Thistle's ears perk backwards as he imagines that came behind him. Yes. Would you like to join us?
If it's research, certainly.
All right. What do you know about the Tribe of Bones?
That they stood against the Empire when it was being founded, and Queen Iliana had to squash their rebellion for the horrendous things they were doing to people, or to ponies, and by bringing them back from the dead, making them fight for them and all stuff like that.
The army is at our doorstep, and the Empire is reforging. We need to contact them. We need to find them. So that's what we're here to do. Are you with us?
Well, they were kind of all wiped out at the Battle of the Broken Hoof.
It doesn't seem so. They were located under the city.
I mean, the city was built upon their old town, I believe, basically as a sort of mark of the final union between everybody, and the defeat of them. It was built on top of their remains almost. So that's possibly why you found stuff.
I didn't realize that. I thought that they had set up in the sewers underneath. Does the city still exist under the ground?
I don't know. I mean, it was only sort of more tribal huts. They were a tribal community. But that's as much as I can recall. I mean, that's sort of history. But if you need to know more, then it would require more research.
Well, we need to contact them. Alright, so with that, Milk Thistle will step outside with his two companions, and he's going to cast Ears of the City, and then he's going to roll Perception to, let's see, what do I need to look for specifically? I'm going to look for,
Hold on, Lightning.
going to try to find out if the tribe still exists underneath the city, and if they can be contacted. So that'll be a +1 to that roll.
What's the perception for? Sorry, you're trying to work out if they're still if it's still below.
Right. So Ears of the City basically allows me to make a knowledge local check, but since I'm gathering images of like past conversations and whatnot, I can't concentrate on any individuals, but I'm able to perform a perception check in place of a diplomacy check, as if I had spoken with local people for 1d4 hours.
Okay, I mean, if that's the sort of thing it would be equivalent to, I mean, you get this sense that no one within the city is aware of anything to do with Tribe of Bones below at all. You get the sense that most people believe they're gone, defeated. At least that's what it was in the history. I mean, even the odd individual sort of mentioning about the odd boogeyman story about the Tribe of Bones as grave robbers or trying to steal your children to convert them to the Tribe of Bones. Those sort of the sort of things is what you would get from the general populace, basically.
Well, this would extend throughout the history of the entire city itself, so not just like recent memory.
Okay.
So like the description of the spell reads, the target of this spell sees and hears a stream of past scenes and pieces of conversations related to local people and events. The flashes are brief and impossible to identify individual people or places, but when the target concentrates on a particular topic or individual, she can piece together a coherent narrative told in a multitude of changing voices in her mind. Each round for the duration of the spell, the target can attempt a diplomacy check to gather information as though she had spent 1d4 hours. Oh wow, so I can actually make multiple perception checks, not just for a single one. So that's essentially 7 rounds.
Yes, so it's still based on the fact of what you would hear from people talking to you and the voices around. So you get like, it's a bit like a montage of you talking to everybody in the city. It's basically what you're getting. So you're still going to be restricted by what you could get from the locals within this montage. So yeah, it seems that most people will believe this propaganda that they have gone, they are defeated, that sort of thing. So them being up and about is nowhere near any sort of common knowledge or anything like that.
Didn't we have like walking skeletons like at one point through the city? Like,
yes, you did have that, and that's where the whole that they steal your children, they rob graveyards, and the sense that they're evil is still sort of very ingrained into people.
What about the earliest moments of the city? Like, you know, the city itself has been established for a long time.
Yeah.
What about prior to that, when the village still existed? It was on the same ground. Can I still look into the past of that era?
That again, this is the sort of thing where it's gathering information, so it doesn't let you to look back in the past. It basically lets you speed roll through spending 4 hours talking to people. Instead of doing that, you basically, in a sense, get a montage of what you would have got just by talking to people. So you're only going to get people's stories of what they know of the history of Villagertown. So it won't be like, it'll be full of their propaganda and what they have learned through time, rather than what actually happened. You're not going to see events from 300 years ago.
What about concentrating on possible Tribe of Bones individuals who have come into the city themselves? Is it possible to see their conversation if I concentrate on them?
You won't see their conversation because, again, as the spell states, you can't focus on one individual. You might get, that side of things, you might get people going, oh, there's that odd person or odd individuals. There's at least definitely some question if the zebra who owns the alchemy shop is a member of them. That's probably about as much as you're going to get.
We have a suspect.
Zakora, of course.
One final question. Can I sense motive to determine if the people are getting, worked up or buying into propaganda? Like, can I determine that it's propaganda that they're passing around to each other?
No, you would not be able to do that, I'm afraid.
All right. Well, Milk Thistle spends a good half a minute concentrating, and when he finally comes out, he says, all I can determine is that the people are absolutely convinced that the Tribe of Bones are evil. There's talk of them grave robbing and stealing children away. The only thing I could possibly pull from all of this is that there's a zebra who runs an alchemy shop, and there are rumors that that zebra is a member of the Tribe of Bones. We need to find this zebra.
I'm gonna pull out my crowbar and have a talking.
Put that away.
I'm gonna put it away.
Andrew.
What?
Fallen Wish, do you happen to know who the zebra who runs the alchemy shop is?
I mean, it'll be in the merchant district, I think, but I don't know. I've never had to buy alchemy stuff.
Let's see. It is 6:35. What time do most of the shops close in the merchant area?
About 5:30, 6-ish. Some will stay open longer, maybe. But if they've just been given a lot of bad news, they might be closed.
It's worth a shot. Let's see if we can at least find the shop itself, and we can return tomorrow if we can't find the zebra. Alright. So, yeah, Milk Thistle's going to lead his friends to the merchant district, and we're going to try to find the alchemy shop.
Who you're telling about this zebra? Was it the whole party in general, or was it just a select few?
Nightshine and Wishful Pin, since they're the ones traveling with him.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure someone went there one day.
I don't think we've gone to the alchemy shop since Milk Thistle joined the party. We've always been going to absolutely everything.
Yeah, I'm sort of wondering. I know you guys have gone absolutely everything. I'm trying to remember if anyone's gone, and the only memory I can remember of this shop is I don't think this group has gone. I think what I'm remembering is another group who visited it. So I'm pretty sure you might.
I remember we went there one day. I don't remember who and why. I think it was Doc.
I'm not remembering anything.
I think Duck went to a alchemist shop. I don't think it was this one. I remember which one.
The only one I can remember, was the encounter with the witch who then kidnapped Doug.
Huh?
Well, regardless, let us try to find this zebra. In fact, no, that won't work. Okay, never mind. I was going to see if I could cast a spell to track the zebra down, but I don't have enough information about him or her.
Alright, so you're going alchemy shop hunting.
Yes.
Was there anything else people were wanting to do?
I'm helping out with the army, and other than that, I was thinking about going to the temple to try to get those rest of the 10 days, or 9 days now.
Lord Weasel is spying on the lady.
Okay.
I was thinking Bird would be at the Nightmare Temple listening in on a service.
You will be told to return if you wish to listen to a service. Their main one happens at midnight. And,
Right.
just before midnight. It kind of starts happening before that, so probably about 11, and finishing at midnight.
Alright, yeah, that's when he'll return.
If you are wishing to be a more dedicated follower of the Nightmare, then there is a special ceremony at midnight.
Alright, I'll go to the midnight ceremony then.
If you're a very dedicated one, you're expected to be at both. It's just that there's the standard one and then there's the special one. And if you're
The special one is what he's gonna go to.
You should let Milk Thistle know about that. He'll be happy.
Alright, well, if he sees you, he'll let you know.
Alright, So, alchemy hunting. So, you guys do in the merchant district over here. You will come across a shop, which is an alchemy one, but it is closed. But some quick asking around, it seems pretty clear that it's not run by a zebra. This one looks a little bit more of a traditional alchemy shop, and it looks fairly in good nick and sort of high standing as far as you can tell. Based on what you were getting, Milk Thistle, on the talk of the zebra, was it was definitely one of the more questionable places to go to. But if you really needed something, that was probably the best place to go for.
All right. Is the more seedier part of the merchant district close to the wind district or wine district?
One.
So that would be like, here's the heart of the merchant
Yes.
district's down here. So would it be in this area?
So is the other reason you're saying in this area is because that's where Lightning's house is?
Well, I remember this is one of the more shadier parts of town.
No, you're right. Yes, that probably would be a good place to go to.
All right. Then Milk Thistle will make his way into this area, and we're still spying for an alchemy shop.
Yeah.
Or zebras. If there happens to be a zebra walking around, I'm sure they would stand out.
I mean, there's all mixed races and stuff. Wishful Pen will be like, ooh, I've never been to this part of the town before.
Do you think they sell drugs?
I don't know.
Probably.
I mean, I heard people do like finding. I've heard them call it salt lick, and sugar cubes have meant to be quite bad as well.
We could research on that.
I think I'll be okay.
You can do the writing. I do the testing.
But perhaps we should ask some of the locals in this area.
Best to keep your wits about you, Nutshun.
Oh,
Because all we need is an address, and then we'll be able to find the place.
All right. So is anything standing out as an alchemy shop? You see their sign in front?
There's no signs or anything that kind of makes it stand out. Just for you guys walking through. Wishful Pen though is going to be her friendly sort of thing, and will ask people. She's friendly. Do I have a rank in it? Oh no, yeah. I'll put all your ranks into. She lives here. No, it has to be a diplomacy one. Okay. She's trying to ask people and going to sort of various different people, but she's not getting the sort of hopeful results that she was hoping for. But it's probably a little bit more about her, the way she's asking the question, and she's kind of going, "Have you seen kind of a creepy-looking zebra shop at all?" And a lot of people sort of kind of quickly just say no and sort of walk off.
Does anyone have drugs? I'm looking for drugs.
Yeah, she's more definitely used to reading stuff up rather than asking people directions about dodgy stuff. But basically, because you guys are going to keep looking for it, and Milk Thistle, you obviously used your information gathering earlier. It takes a little while, but you will eventually be able to find it, and it will be very much in the. You see where this area where it's like kind of dark on the map? It's sort of in there.
That's beyond our borders. You must never go there, son.
It'll be kind of in that section, basically.
I see.
It's down one of the side streets, and you kind of almost sort of just pass by, but you catch the glimpse of what you notice is purple smoke just sort of coming out gently from beneath one of the doors.
They should have put a towel under the door.
Is this also where Milk Thistle, Alexandrite, and Nightshine tracked down Lightning to the Thieves Guild? And there was a lady with a pitch black room inside who refused to let us in?
No, that is a different location. I believe the place where you went to that house was around here.
Oh, that's right, because I anticipated it being up here the first time I searched, but then you're like, no, your tracks lead you over here. Alright. So yeah, Milk Thistle is definitely going to roll perception to make sure that we're not being tailed by anyone. Pardon me.
You don't really notice anyone following you, but you probably get the odd... You probably get the... you notice that as you sort of like... People walk past and head into wherever they're going to, they do sort of turn and sort of look at you. Almost like you stand out here. You're clearly not from around this place, so you stand out a lot more than everybody else. And they're and that's catching their eye.
Yeah, my religious garb would probably draw a lot of attention here, but that's okay.
Probably also Wishful Pen also does as well a little bit.
If there's purple smoke coming under the door, that probably means there's someone in there creating purple smoke, so maybe we're in luck. Is there any lights on inside?
Yeah, it seems there's activity inside, as best you can tell.
Milk Thistle will knock twice and then open the door before waiting for a response.
You will knock twice and then open the door? Did you say?
Yes.
Alright,
yes.
So you knock twice. As you push on the door, it does open very easily, and you even hear the sort of like a indication of like a bell as it's pushed open.
Alright, the air inside, is it poisonous? Like, is it choking us?
No, I mean, it's got probably a slight, there's a slight sort of pleasant smell to it, and then you get this smell of like lots of different things, almost like you're walking into a spice shop or somewhere what sort of sells lots of like, what's it called? You've got like lots of different herbs and various things like that. It's all the mixture of the more earthy smell sort of catching in your nose as you walk in.
Alright, Milk Thistle looks to Nightshine and Wishful Pen. I believe we found the place.
Are you going to stand in the door or are you going in? It looks like a shop.
Yeah, Milk Thistle walks in.
It's fairly empty, but there is a zebra there who sort of put in a jar or something back on a shelf, which seems to be filled with some sort of like dried out plant. He looks back to you and it calls in a sort of a slight friendly tone, which has a slight exotic tone to it, like most sort of zebra speech. I was wondering if you was actually going to come in or just stand at the door.
We've been approaching this delicately and cautiously, but we've been looking for you.
Ah. Are you looking for a particular brew, or are you hoping just to see what I have?
Milk Thistle holds the door open for the rest of the party. Do Nightshine and Wishful Pen walk inside?
Yeah.
Yeah, she would. She would be very curious and start sort of looking at the various things around the place, but that's about it.
Milk Thistle will close the door, and he'll speak softly but loudly enough for everyone in the room to hear. We'll get straight to the point. Are you a member of the Tribe of Bones?
Why? Why do you wish to know this?
Because we're looking for them.
Then no, I am not.
Sense motive.
Okay.
Is he telling the truth?
As far as you can tell, you think he is telling the truth?
Do you know if the tribe of Bones still exists here within the city?
I do not know if they still exist here, but they exist. They just don't wish to be found.
If you haven't heard by now, you should know. There is an army of humans quickly approaching the city. We've been building our forces and defenses here at Villager Town because it seems this is where they are traveling to. We need everyone's help that we can get, including the Tribe of Bones. I understand the history the Tribe of Bones has with this city and what the previous Queen Iliana did to them. We cannot change the past, but moving forward into the future, we believe that every tribe of Pony, every Fae, should have a place in the new empire that's being reforged, including the Tribe of Bones. We want to bring them out of the dark and make them citizens. We need their help.
He gives you an odd, curious look. Interesting words, but still cannot help you.
Do you know who can?
I don't think anyone can. Even if there was Tribe of Bones, they are scattered. They're all over the place. You won't find a big community or gathering. You might find the odd one or two quietly serving what needs they need to do.
There were undead that were found underneath this city. Is that the Tribe of Bones work?
If you know of the Tribe of Bones, actually know, then you might already know the answer. What would you say? What makes you think it was their work?
I was not there when it happened, but from what my friend Nightshine has told me, they were not hostile. I generally despise the undead because of their chaotic nature. Most of them are brainless and mindless and simply attack on sight, but these didn't do that. I don't know much about the Tribe of Bones, but I do know that we need to bring them out of the shadows so that they can be citizens of the Empire. If they have a way of controlling or commanding undead that I'm unaware of, that has them be peaceful so that we can use them, then we need to bring them in. This is not an attempt to root them out, to eradicate them once and for all. That is not our intent.
Try a diplomacy check.
That's not the pistol strong suit.
Yeah, Milkfist was avoiding the diplomacy roll. He goes, you clearly have much to learn about the tribe. You still have much of the common knowledge about you. You will need to learn more if you wish to understand their ways. If you understand and know what undead means to them, come back and tell me. If you understand, then maybe I know more.
What did he say? Do you understand what undead means?
If you understand what undead means to them, then come back and tell him.
I don't think I can try to acknowledge that, can I?
No, unless you were an actual member of the tribe of bones. No.
Fuck.
'Cause-
Does it mean family?
Ohana means family. Family means no one gets left behind or forgotten.
I swear to God.
Where can we learn? If we're not going to be meeting directly with the tribe of bones to learn from them personally, how could we find out?
That I cannot tell you. I never have gone seeking this information from your side, so I could not say. But if you are, but if you're determined, then you will find answers.
Are you undead?
Do I look undead?
Does it look undead?
No.
Milk, does it look undead to you? I see. I completely agree with you, and I hope you don't realize you are muted.
I might have to step away.
I.
Well, as you say that to him, Wishful Pen goes, I know how to tell if he's undead.
Oh?
I can channel positive energy.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm back. I had to step away for just a moment.
Milk, the zebra is an undead member of the tribe of bones, and he is a level 20 necromancer. We did it!
Okay, no.
Milk was going to roll sense motive on his clearly psychotic friend.
I mean, I hate to say this, but you probably actually believe every word he just said. Unless he's got really crap bluff.
I don't.
Milk Thistle
But-
looks to the zebra. Is that true?
Yay!
That was meant to be blind you.
Oh. I know if I succeed or not.
It's meant to be. He goes, no. I told you to search for this understanding, and tell me what you find, and maybe we can discuss more. But once you find out what the undead mean to the tribe of bones, then we talk. I see.
Do you sell drugs?
Yes.
Do you have anything that will shorten my lifespan by 5 years?
Everything. Only everything.
How long? Well, it depends. How long do you think you will live?
You know, I don't think I may die this week. There's an army coming here, so I'm not sure.
I can give you some glass.
How much?
I could. Do you want it pre-smashed?
What?
Well, if you eat glass, not good. If you're gonna die in a
No.
week, it will kill you now.
No, I don't. I want stone glass. That will not kill me now.
You want something to make relax, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get you some. I believe there is actually drugs you can buy. Is it just called pipe weed?
Oh God, are you really doing this, Nightshine?
Of
To
course.
me, am I? Why not?
We need you sober.
It's not.
Yeah.
I'm not sober.
I mean, if you really want to kill yourself, you can just a freaking hook full of belladonna. That'll definitely kill you.
Yeah, please don't poison yourself.
Alright, I will just get some Hmm. Do you
I-
have weed?
He will happily sell you some fay leaf, which will cost you 10 gold.
Do you have Dorset coffee? It's 5 gold, and it's literally coffee.
If you just want coffee, then he will happily sell you coffee.
I. Hmm. Hmm.
He will have the beans. He just tells you to that you need to grind them up, and then you need to place it in a filter and pour the boiling water for it, and then you can drink it.
That sounds too hard. Give me the K leaf.
He will sell you some fay leaf.
Yay! I'm gonna pick up some alchemical stuff I have left on my bag, and I'm just gonna put on the table. You can have these for free. I just want them out of my mind because they drive me crazy.
What did you just give him?
I mean, I'm gonna. Oh, by the way, do you think this covered the drug?
Sorry, say that again.
Is this enough?
What did you give him so I know if it's enough?
So, on the Queen's place, I found some chemical materials and I have them on my bag and I don't know what to do with them and I just want to get rid of them. So I offering him this for the drug.
From what place, sorry?
The Queen's Tower.
Oh, from that stuff. He will look it over and go, I'll give you extra. And he gives you more fay leaf.
Yay!
Oh God. Don't get high off of those, please.
Fly leaf.
You basically have you've got about 10 doses worth, basically.
Yay, I can share this with my wife.
He says you can either smoke it, you can bake it into things, or you can always make a tea out of it. But some people's tea can taste a bit bitter, so you might want to put some honey in to sweeten it up.
Oh,
Look at milk. Milk, do you want to make tea?
Not with fay leaf, at least not for myself. But I'll make a separate batch for you if you really want it.
Yay.
did he just buy pot from this guy?
No,
Yeah,
he
no.
bought fay leaf. That's a completely different thing.
Yeah.
Do people make weed with pot? Wait,
What?
do
Are
people
they-
make tea?
I mean, I'm pretty sure you can make tea using weed, but
I don't know.
Yeah, there is weed tea.
Oh my god, there is.
I've never tried it, but
Yeah, I heard a story of this
I was
old
curious
lady in
myself.
America who was like 80 years old, and she had to drink weed tea because her lungs were in too bad of shape she couldn't smoke it anymore.
Oh,
Don't do drugs, kids. Drugs are bad.
Drugs are bad.
ah,
I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that we went for the same thing.
Milk, you are correct. This was a great endeavor. We found so much information in drugs.
Well, I'm going to have to consult with the temple tonight to see if I can find out any information about these undead, because you don't know enough, Wishful Pin doesn't know enough. Perhaps Luminance's library could have some information.
So you want
Would
to
you-
stop? Sorry?
Would you be willing to research there?
Sure, but I think we should stop by the militia first to see how they are doing.
I don't believe that's necessary. Now that Field Marshal Thunder is here, he'll be able to look after them entirely.
Okay. I just write a letter.
And let's see, tomorrow morning we have a meeting with the council,
Yep.
and then at noon we have a meeting with Amethyst. So that's all we have planned for tomorrow. What time does the library close?
Wishful Pen can go, well, I might be able to get you into the sort of more late night slots, normally reserved for those who are obviously dedicated followers of Princess Luminance. But you have to be quiet, and you're only allowed to whisper.
Understood.
I always whisper.
Good.
Alchemist, before we leave and try to learn about what undead means to the tribe of bones, what is your name?
Would you like the name I give ponies or my true name?
Your true name, please.
Okay, so he gives you a number of words in multiple different languages. Because zebras are weird people who, the more weird, exotic, and number of languages their name is in, the more fancier it is.
That is a bit too much to remember.
Yeah.
What do you use?
Oh my god, I just finished this time.
Most others just call me Sticks.
Is that with a CK or an X?
That is with ST. Sticks. Oh,
You're saying sticks. Is it like STICKS or
Yeah.
STIX?
the first one.
CKS, okay.
I was going to make such a bad joke.
Alright, and yeah, I see the time, but I think the next thing our group would do would be to go to Eminence of the Library.
Yeah. Basically, when you go there, she goes up to sort of a small thing, and she does something which is kind of weird, and you never really noticed before because doors have either been opened or you're not really inspected it too closely. But the actual on the library doors themselves, there's actually a little puzzle, and she quickly sort of moves a number of things that you wouldn't have noticed would have moved to begin with. And she has to spend a few minutes just pondering it. And once she's finished, a small sort of hidden door opens up, and you are okay. You are allowed to. You can step into the library at that point. And
Interesting. Yeah, at the top of the screen, there's a message that says Milk Thistle will remember that.
As you step through, she closes the door behind, and you hear the sort of intermittent clicks as it starts to sort of lock. She goes, "Oh, that was a toughie today."
It's a combination different every day.
Oh yeah, there's subtle little clues. If you spend enough time as a follower of Princess Luminance, you eventually learn them all. It took me years. She takes. There is a sort of a librarian behind the sort of front desk there, and she looks up as you guys all step through to begin with. But Wistful Pen gives a wave, and she looks away, and she that's it. Once she gives a wave and looks away, then you can continue doing what you wish. I'm guessing you are off to do, obviously, your research. Now, what I will say is, obviously, some of your party will need sleep at some point. So they won't be able to get too much done, as normally this sort of in-depth looking is something which will take like a full day to actually get any good headway. But if you're only going to spend a few limited hours, you can attempt, but it'll be a very difficult role.
Milk Thistle can definitely assist in gathering the books, so like anything that has to deal with the Tribe of Bones, he could gather.
Yeah.
But he definitely needs to leave for the ceremony at the temple tonight.
Yeah.
Because he did want to speak to Midnight Vision.
Anyone who doesn't have the skill can assist while they're in Princess Luminous' library, so that is fine. Who I'm going to go with probably Nightshine. You've got a better knowledge history check than Wistful Pen, I'm going to guess.
Probably.
So I'm going to Milk Thistle. You can make a knowledge history check even if you don't have any ranks in it.
Alrighty.
Can I use my profession librarian instead?
In this particular case, you would need to use knowledge history. If I turn around and said you need to organise the library, then you can use it. But because you're actually looking for information, you need the history.
I'm gonna add my 1d6.
That's fine. Okay. So, with the very sort of limited time that you will spend looking over the library, you will come across the standardized history of it all, which most people, if they look on the surface of this, they will actually learn. Which is basically the Tribe of Bones turned their backs on the Empire, and when the Empire extended an olive branch in to try and obviously make peace, they retaliated back against the Empire, and one of the diplomats was killed and sent back to the Queen as an undead. That was what their response was to a diplomat going over, and that's pretty much the point where they were deemed evil, and at which point they were then wiped out for the safety of everybody else.
We could ask Steel and Flawless Thunder about this.
So that's what your late night looking up will get you. Confirmation of what kind of you already know. But it's very obvious that you're only really starting to get to grips with this history, and you're only getting the more common known history.
Right, and since history is written by the victors, we're only getting one side of the story.
Correct. It's very much the way to be looking at this.
The ambassador who was turned undead and returned to the Queen, that would be a very good topic to bring up with Steele the next time we see him.
Do we have a name?
No.
We don't know the ambassador. Do we know who the leader of the Tribe of Bones was at that time?
No, those sort of those sort of names and details isn't something you're gonna picked out.
When was the extermination of the Tribe of Bones? How many years ago?
Oh, let me grab my timeline. That you would have.
Did you do research?
Research. Everybody loves research. Because there's an exact date when this happened. Because it was an important time in history. I will find the timeline, 1 second. Here we go. Attack on no. Oh yeah, Battle of Broken Bones. So that is when it was done. So the year you are currently in is that. minus this. It was 347 years ago. Ish.
So, year 2 after founding, essentially?
Pretty much. Yeah, the founding of the empire was obviously IC01, and the Battle of the Broken Bones was IC02. The founding of the capital was very soon after the Broken Bones, the Battle of Broken Bones.
So Villagertown was built shortly after the Battle of Broken Bones.
Yeah, you would have got that, because that's also a key thing around it. 1 second, I was going to find a little extract to do with the city. Will I find it? No, that's all about ghost ponies. Era of major factions. At the height. No, I don't want at the height. I want the. Yeah. Right. Here we go. No. Here you go. Shortly after the Imperial. No.
Do, 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 do.
Let's jump.
Let's see.
Okay. I thought it mentioned something about the city there, but basically upon the site where the Battle of the Broken Bones took place, which was pretty much the centre of where the Tribe of Bones lived, that's where the city, Villagertown, was erected. And it was almost as if overnight the city sprung up.
Villagertown was built on top of the battle site. The city seemed to spring up overnight. Now, when the documents say the city seemed to spring up overnight, is there any indication that the city was like just raised up out of the ground, or was there a huge construction team that built it on top of the battle quickly?
Doesn't say. That's literally the terminology of what it was. So take from that as you will.
Who was the person who issued the command to eliminate the Tribe of Bones? Was it the Queen herself or a military leader?
It appears to have been the Queen herself that gave the final word. But you're still only getting surface levels here, so you get the thing there's a lot more behind the story.
Milk Thistle looks to Wishful Pen and whispers, Wishful, is it possible to ask the library to do this research on our behalf?
No, they do have people who research this themselves, but I can always put in a good word and see if you can get access to any restricted stuff, maybe. I don't know if there's anything restricted.
Is there a scholar who would specialize in knowledge of the founding of the city?
Possibly. I've never inquired about this.
If you would inquire, like if we need to leave the library for now, like if it's pushing midnight where Milk Thistle needs to leave, then he would suggest Wishful Pen ask to find out if there's a scholar who specializes in the founding of the villager town, and see if that person knows the history, and then we can contact them tomorrow.
Well, I probably would have to inquire about it tomorrow, as it's unlikely to find anyone at this late hour.
Okay.
I mean, I could stay here doing research overnight.
Well, you probably
I
only
just
got a
don't-
few more, an hour or two before they will chuck us all out.
Oh, I can just hide myself.
That's, you can't hide yourself within the library, Nightshine.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
You
I'm
literally,
magical.
you're in the temple to do with the deity of magic. That won't work.
Hmm.
Best not to push our luck. We don't want to get banned from this place.
Oh, they,
And if you're able to help us research further, find a scholar who specializes in this information, and possibly get us access to the restricted area, that would be tremendously helpful.
certainly, I will see what I can do. I have many friends at the temple. I'm sure I can find someone who can help. There is, I'm sure there's at least a few that specialise in the founding of the empire.
Excellent. All right. Looking at the time, I know I need to get going. Is there anything else that needs to be done quickly?
Not with you guys. You obviously you will head back to the midnight ceremony, but we'll probably do that a little bit later with your meeting with Midnight Whisper, if I remember his name correctly. Was there anything anybody else wanted to do?
Well,
That
Does Lord Weasel find anything interesting? Which the lady's writing?
so what she will do is when she's finished writing, she takes it, puts it in an envelope, seals it, gives it to one of her servants, and they will take it out of the building.
Yeah, I kind of figured that's what it was going to happen. That's why I suggested the crumpled up papers.
Could he see what she wrote?
No, as you had him hiding, waiting for her to finish. So
He's gonna keep looking at her. Keep being a good little spy.
well, then he will watch her eat food, wash, and then probably go to bed.
He will watch her sleep.
It's
then-
not creepy.
He's also gonna fall asleep when she's done. He's gonna fall asleep as he watches she sleep.
Fair enough.
After I'm done helping the army, I'm probably going to head to the temple and try to see if I can resume my training after.
We probably can do. I'll have to work out some expenses and stuff. But on the bonus side of you getting back to the temple, you will probably actually come across your fellow Sun Queen worshippers of friends from Galloping Dam. There we go. That's the words I'm looking for. So I'm pretty sure they should have been here by now.
yeah.
Burned.
He is going to be waiting for Milk Thistle at the out front of the Temple Nightmare.
Okay, I will probably save that for when we meet up again and
Yeah.
you got a chance to do that side of things. Lightning.
Huh?
Would there be anything you would want to do for the evening before we finish?
Not really. The things I'm thinking would take a bit too long.
No, that is fine. We can save that for next week.
Yeah.
Because there is, I have a feeling what you want to do, and yeah, it will probably take a little bit. So
Yeah.
we're going to have a little bit of sort of, let's put together everything we found and see if we can poke up a few more bits of information, and then we'll see what actually happens. I'm going to close the stream because I need to move the human army closer by the number of days it's been, and see exactly how long it is until they do arrive.
Yeah, I would also suggest to our commander that we actually move our base to the temple, because I think it's a bad idea to have all our top generals and such in the nearest the wall, and also the temple is also in the middle where like we have multiple like places that they could attack from.
No, I disagree. I think he's in a good place. It's the most fortified part of the city because it has an inner and an outer wall, and it's
I mean,
where the soldiers are being trained.
all I'm saying is it would take like one trebuchet in the wrong spot, and that would like be most of our people. Like,
perhaps, but I don't.
and there's multiple like exits or entrances.
Plus, the temple is already fully occupied doing temple business.
Yeah, you tend to get a lot more in and out crowd, and it'll be hard to find a command post. He goes, no army travels with trebuchets. It takes time for them to set up.
Like, I get your point, and yeah, you're in better circumstances, you'd be right. Like, setting up a command post in the Great Park would be the most inner part of the city, but it's not as well defended there. Like, he's got a thick outer wall and an inner wall that controls people coming in and out. He's actually in a good place. One final question. Did we get any XP today?
Did I give you guys XP to do with him agreeing to help you out? Because it was just basically getting here. That was the main thing.
Yeah, we got 700 and then an additional 200 XP last time, but I don't remember what the 200 was for. Like we got them to agree to help us, but now we brought the general and an additional 50 well-trained soldiers into the city itself.
Yeah, that'll put you just arriving here with that won't make you go in there saying we need your help and him agreeing to help was the XP. So him just getting here doesn't award extra, I'm afraid.
But the general kicked out the Duchess, kicked her right out of her own place. That's got to be worth at least 100 XP.
That was purely for the what you get out of that is the enjoyment of seeing that happen.
Okay. Was there anything else, anyone?
Not from what I can think of, no.
Okay. I've got to go now, so Auf Wiedersehen.
See yous.
Later.
Bye.